stream. We are here on this lovely Friday to build more PCs. Another stacked 4-PC day.
Yep.
Very nice, very nice. All right. We're your hosts, Kelsey and Juan.
How's it going? How's it going?
And yeah. Let me get the first build up on the screen. I don't know why I held that for so long. Screen. Suspense. We are going to be starting off with Jesse's build. Why is this so... This is what happens when I use a template. Okay. Oh, alright. There we go. Yes. Okay. Woo! There it goes. I wonder what happens if I put the GPU on this line. Too much? Oh, I made a third thing happen. Oh gosh. Actually, that does kind of work. Cool. Okay. There's just like a big gap on one of them, so it's like, might as well have it with the name. In fact, I should do this then. Yes. Pipe that. Okay. Alright, anyways, welcome in, guys. I hope you're having a lovely Friday.
Welcome.
I hope you're feeling the Friday. I know I'm feeling the Friday. I'm excited for the weekend. Even though all I'm gonna do is like manual labor and I don't know what I'm excited about. What's up? How you doing, GTR?
Yo.
How you doing? Thanks, PC Builders. Thank you. Feel good Friday? Yeah, I'm ready. I feel that too. Yeah. Anyways, welcome in, Leo15. Coultergeist, welcome in. First stream, happy to have you. Celeste Rames, welcome.
Welcome, everybody.
Yeah. We're having a pretty good time here. And actually, we got a really nice little array of builds, a bunch of different cases, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
Get you some variety. Man, there's so many drill bits. It's so fun.
You saw it?
Yes.
Dude, look at this. It rotates.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, but my ADHD would just be like, cool, and then I'd still put it down on the table and never put it back. Just got my new PC from you guys yesterday, and I love it so much. Very pretty and runs amazing. Oh, thank you so much, Coultergeist. I'm so glad that you're happy with it. Glad it's treating you well.
Happy to hear that.
Mm-hmm. You guys doing a giveaway? No, just a build stream. We do this every Wednesday and Friday if we got builds to do, and yeah, just a cozy little stream. Wildly, I found y'all after I got my build right, but all the IG I'll go through the company sponsored ads and came here to follow because they were a vibe. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm glad you liked them. Yeah, we do a lot of crazy stuff on the IG. I won't lie. But if you like that vibe, yeah, then you're in the right place, because it's pretty much just unfiltered us. It's a good time. Nice upgrade for the previous one, lol, but Celeste is my girlfriend. That got me the PC. Oh, nice. Very nice. Well, W girlfriend.
Yeah.
Cable management is A+ on my new 5090 build from you guys. Thanks for the passion and your quality. Oh, thank you so much, Ersy Bear. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for ordering from us. Bought a 4090 Super Ultra PC off you guys, only to stream WoW Classic LMAO. I'm sure you're not alone in that boat. There's a lot of people who have very nice monster machines, but you still end up going back to the game that you loved from like 10, 15 years ago. Or 20 years ago in the case of Classic WoW. I feel that. I think it was really funny. One of my first desktop PC that I had after several years of laptops, through college and all that. I was like, finally, I can play The Sims 3 on ultra settings, and it ate that up. Hello, welcome in, Kingbird.
Welcome, welcome.
You're on the list. Unless you just happen to have the same name as somebody else, but that'd be very rare. How much are y'all expecting to see prices change with all the tech stuff?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, did it say how much?
How much? Yes.
Oh, that's hard to say.
Yeah, we don't know quite yet. I got a question. When do you normally send out the emails for the date and time for a build to be built on stream? I have an order placed. We usually do it, at worst, the day of the build, before the build stream. If we're really on top of things, it'll be the day before. Your service is fantastic. You guys called me and made sure I actually placed that order since it was a different address on shipping and billing. I was very surprised. Oh yeah, and I was like, no worries about that. And honestly, if we figure things out, you know, ahead of time, it saves everybody a headache if we have to be like, oh, it was shipped to the wrong place. Yeah. Got my i9 and 9070 XT to play Minecraft. Yeah. Juan would approve.
Yep.
Can't wait to see it get built. Very nice. Oh, yeah. Well, stick around. We got lots of PCs. Okay, thanks. Yeah, no worries. So true. I'm playing older games at max settings very well, but the game that's pushing the limits of my Skytech rig is Hogwarts Legacy. Yeah, that one will eat your VRAM for a while. That's for sure. Wanda's a machine for real. Building machine. Hello, how y'all today? We're good, Loungefly, how you doing? Thank you guys, you're very welcome, Jaceel. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Oh, I'm sorry for the weekend. It's gonna be hot, though. I know, like, I'm kinda tired of it being so cold, but I'm not ready for it to be hot. Like, why can't it be like a secret third thing? Like, comfortable. Hey guys, just finished a build last night to sell. One more to go. Nice. Hanging in there. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. I was wondering if I were to take one of the storage drives out of my old PC, would I be able to put it into my King 95 case somewhere? It's really nice, and I don't want to touch anything yet. LOL. Oh yeah. It depends on. Well, actually, the simple answer is yes, but it depends on what kind of drive that was in there. If it was anything that's like SATA powered, you would just need the SATA cable, and then a SATA rail from your power supply, which you should definitely have on it, to power that. And then the King 95 should have a place to mount it, whether it's a hard disk drive, a 2.5 SATA, or an NVMe. But yeah, you can totally do it. It's gonna be 80 here in SoCal, and I ain't liking it. LOL. Yeah, I ain't liking it because it's gonna be like 80, and I gotta do yard work. I'm gonna start really early in the morning though. Like if I can get that done, because I don't know where I was like, I don't know exactly where you're at, but where I'm at, I get that lovely hot day and then freezing cold night. Yay, the desert. So yeah, I mean, the good thing about it is when it gets hot, like really hot, I get home once the sun goes down and I just open all the windows and I get the cool air coming in, sleep with the window open. Lovely. Cool the whole house down before it begins again the next day. Been using my 3070 since 2020. Love it. Only thing is my LED button broke and can't control RGB now. Oh dang. Trying to think. Sometimes if you mess with where like the front I/O goes, it's usually kind of under wherever the panel is. Sometimes if you wiggle some of those cables around or just see if one of them came kind of loose, you might be able to breathe some life back into that. Samsung Evo 1 terabyte. Oh yeah, you could totally do that. Depending on what your motherboard is, there's going to be other M.2 slots on it. So like in the case of this one, point here. This is where we installed the main drive, which is basically where yours will be too. It'll probably be in the top slot. But there's also a slot under like this little heatsink, and there's also two M.2 slots down here. And all you really need is like depending on the motherboard and all that, usually just need a little M.2 screw. Or if you're truly lazy like myself, you just pop it in there and you just hope that like an earthquake doesn't happen while you're gaming. Yeah. Hey man, it's one of those things, I do it all day at work. When I get home, I'm like, you know what? this build doesn't have to look that good. It's just me here. Okay, those PC fans, I love the ring RGB lights. What's it called? So those ones are the, these are called Inwin Serious Loops. Inwin's the company that makes them. There's also like other kind of like knockoff brands that will do similar things like that, but well, they are, you know, like, I don't know, Elizabeth Power or whatever that you get on like Amazon that's like the same. That's not a company, I just am, you know how it's like random names. Or like Joy Train, and you're like, okay. So yeah, Inwin Serious Loops. Very hard to beat the RGB on these because of just how lovely they do the ring. Yeah, with the matte fans, it's fantastic. There you are, friend. Okay. Oh my gosh, you touch the MOBA without anti-static live strong bracelet. Everything's gonna blow up. Yeah. Man, the things that I learned in college just to get here and then be like, yeah, that, you don't have to worry about that. Oh. Okay. Also, speaking of anti-static, I know some of our regular viewers have heard this, but first desktop PC I built on my own before I worked here, before I took any classes in IT or anything. I built on the most fluffy rug one can imagine, and it still worked. What college did you go to? Oh, I went to community college for IT, so just local community college. I was really lucky though, my local community college was awesome. And I went back to school during COVID, so I was doing it mostly online. But yeah, shout out to the local community colleges. I did go to college and get a bachelor's in something completely different though. I originally studied to be an actor, and I went to a college called Stevens College in Missouri. It was a private school. And that's where I learned to have zero shame while just like throwing my body in videos and being stupid. Which is the greatest thing you can learn as an actor, is to have no shame. Because then you'll really commit to bits, you'll just go for it. It was my idea to pop out of the trash can, nobody else's. I learned on a Texas Instrument, LOL, there again, telling how old I am. I used those in high school even, so yeah, I was like, not too old. One just shook his head to the earthquake comment. Yeah, he's judging me for my free-floating NVMe's. There's a 2.5, but if I take the SATA cable from my old PC, and possible the one from the PSU, it should work. Yep, yeah. So basically, yeah, those ones are powered by the SATA cable that goes to the motherboard and then into the drive itself, and then a SATA rail from your power supply. So if you take the back panel off, there might be one that's pretty easily accessible. If not, you might kind of have to wrangle that from there, but yeah, that's all it takes. Leotron, safety needed the cushion. What type of rig do y'all run? I've just got like a pretty modest build at home. I got a 3800X and a 6750 XT, 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, and a fractal mesh PHY.
I have a 57X 3D and a 3080.
Goodbye forever. Because of the screw. Yeah. Man, I dropped a screw this morning and it was one of those things where luckily I had more of them, but it was like, oh, I know that one's gone forever. Like under the desk, gone. Which is very funny. Well, it was not funny because I dropped an incredibly unique screw yesterday that I needed for something, and I was panicking and could not find it. I found it, but I was stressed. When I was coming up, they didn't teach it in regular school. I had to go to the summer school. Luckily, my dad was an IT manager, and he taught me so much. Oh, that's always fantastic. Yeah, I was pretty lucky. My dad's an engineer, so when I have engineering questions, or like, you know, really deep into like, okay, you know, explain this capacitor to, you know, whatever, he's good for that sort of stuff. And I'll tell you what, there's something really satisfying about after years of going to my dad to help fix my computer, he comes to me to help fix his. I have usurped him. Tetris song? Yeah. Sorry, y'all. We installed a sensor that will then play a thing whenever somebody walks by. But then it got annoying because it would be the same thing all the time. So then we made a box, basically of a collection of random sounds. So now it's a random number generator that brings up a random sound. And yesterday I walked through the door and it was the Taco Bell ding. And I was like, okay, that's a good one. Infinitely entertaining. So if you hear any like weird songs or jingles, that's it. It's just somebody walked into the room. I've been testing the lighting for this case, and the equalizer, like the PC in the back, is really cool to see. Wasn't expecting my keyboard to join along with the colorfulness. Oh yeah. It will. I'm allowing the word damn. Live from New York at Skytech builds. We're in California. The doorway sound change? Oh yeah. One is moving. How quickly does he usually run through these builds? Seems like he's already done, huh?
Oh. Nah, I'm just getting started.
He's still got plenty to do. But yeah, he's pretty fast. LOL, age gets the best of us, yeah. On the plus side though, like sometimes it'll be really simple things, like he didn't plug the HDMI into the graphics card and instead into the motherboard and he didn't get a display. And so I just have to plug something in slightly different and he thinks I'm a genius. It's awesome. Just to be like, yeah, you know. I gotta say though, from like an IT perspective, I think the number one skill an IT person can have is just curiosity and tenacity. Cause like if you get burnt out on the troubleshoot, you're gonna have a bad time. But if you spend hours on a troubleshoot, figure out what something is, and you're just like, wow, that was cool, you're gonna have a good time. Yeah, Juan acts like he's done this before. Oh yeah.
Perhaps.
I'm pretty sure if we blindfolded him, he could probably do it. Like, not super effectively, because, like, you gotta find cables and junk, but yeah.
More or less, I think.
Super tech skills, the little things, yeah. On average, how many do you build during stream? I've always been fascinated by building PCs and working on them, so I love watching how Juan is doing it. It kind of just depends on what we have. I would say typically we usually do like 2, maybe 3.
Yeah.
But we've been like getting a lot of requests for live builds, so we're pretty stacked now for the next like probably 2 weeks. So we're doing 4 now. But there was a time when Juan would do 8 in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which like I'm not gonna lie, after about 2 hours I'm like, okay, I gotta think about things to talk about still. I can't imagine like 8 hours of stream just being like, so do you like pasta? Yeah. And that's just on stream. One can do more in a work day. He's a maniac, maniac on the floor.
On the floor.
Man, do you ever get like a really good coupon in the mail and like it's gonna expire, but like you got food at home? And you're like, but it's a really good coupon, but you're also like, it's still gonna be cheaper just to eat what I've put, the meat I have thawing in the fridge.
You're losing money not taking advantage.
No, I'm not. I'm quite literally not if I do.
Has that happened to you recently?
I have a coupon that expires today for Wingstop, and I'm like,
Do it.
I can't.
Do it.
I can't. I already put the meat in the fridge to thaw, and I have to eat this broccoli before it goes bad. Yeah, that's girl math. That's girl math and I respect it. Hey, how are you all? We're good, Jake. How are you?
Yo.
I'm doing good on this Friday. I'm feeling the weekend. I'm ready to embrace it and just be like,
Yeah.
dude, if I can finish my yard this weekend, I'm gonna be a different person next week. I'm gonna have a whole burden lifted off my shoulders, like, done.
What's left?
Just that side yard.
A little patch.
Mm-hmm.
You said you have to redo it.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. In both of your opinions, what would be your favorite case that you've seen or used? Okay, I think I still maintain that the Montech Sky 2, which is what we use for our Azure 2,
That's a good one.
probably like my favorite case I've ever worked with. The one complaint I had about it when I tested it was the fact that it's pretty shallow in the back, so there's not a lot of room for cable management. So if you're bad at cable management, or like, you know, you end up doing a lot of fewer channels that are thicker, you're gonna have a bad time in that case. Or if you're using like a lot of really crazy proprietary RGB that needs controllers and junk, it can be a little tough to find room. But that case, man, that case, it looks so good. Airflow's good. And at the time, it was very unique. I mean, you know, it was kind of a new take on a fishbowl. And now a lot of the other, like, you know, there's a lot of copycats kind of coming out, riffing on that, but that one I really love. Otherwise, though, like, just solid case I would choose every day, any day of the week, Fractal Meshify. Just solid mesh front, easy to build in. All of the panels, like, click off. Very nice. What about you, Juan?
I also do a Montech case. I'll do the King 95.
Oh,
just
yeah.
because I think it's a good engineering. It's really efficient on volume, I guess. So the caliber of hardware that you're able to fit in it while still kind of maintaining a decent size is impressive to me.
Yeah. And it's interesting too, because I think, like, I get to test all the cases before we get them, so like I get a good look into things, but there's some cases too that you probably wouldn't like really think were great that are fantastic. So like this is a really good example. The airflow with this case, if you take that whole front sheath off, it's the exact same airflow as it is when it's on, which is like stellar. That's something I do whenever I test cases. Because like sometimes you get like a 5 or 6 C like swing in temperatures with that. But nah, this cheese grater here, insane for airflow. And we also liked it because it can be a gamer, like, you know, you could RGB it out, or you could go completely, like, you know, blacked out, and it's a workstation all of a sudden. I'm testing 3 new cases right now, actually. I'm pretty excited. One of them is really cool. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pass it, though, because it's so heavy. But they did some really interesting, like, quality of life things in it that I'm like, please make a smaller, lighter case that does the same thing, because I love it.
Can you talk about that?
I don't know. I don't know if it's like prototyped or not. Probably not, because it had like really nice packaging. And they gave you gloves in the box. I was like,
what?
Yeah, fancy. It was very high quality. I'll say that.
You can't like talk about the future.
No, I don't know. What's up, John?
Yeah.
Who can know the future? Well, I also gotta know if we're gonna carry that case or not. I don't want to be like, okay, here's all the bad about this case, and then be like, guess what our new product is? Even though actually my first impression was this case sucks, and as I've been testing it, I'm like, hold on, actually. Building in it was really cool. Data I'm getting is actually fantastic all of a sudden.
Nice.
Yeah. Hey, it's Tamer Waves. Did Skytech start using more cases? Yeah, we've got a few different ones. especially like on our custom builder, we have ones that we don't offer in a pre-built. So always feel free to like poke around on there, see what we're carrying. And we're gonna be getting new ones all the time. The case looks like the front of the car on its side. Yeah, yeah, it's kind of got like that grill. It's really nice. Y'all excited about the Switch too? I still am really enjoying my Switch. I don't know. I'll have to see. When inevitably Pokemon comes out on Switch 2, I'm making the jump. Like, I'm a simp. I don't care.
I have a Steam Deck. I'll be alright.
So, yeah. Basically, they've got me in a chokehold. Because I happen to be part of the Pokemon generation. So I'm gonna buy it. Celeste was confused when I said aquarium case. Yeah, that's like it's like become a type, kind of like a genre of case. Just the fish bowls. Hey, I never had an actual true PC until this Christmas. That's not on me completely. Yeah, I was like, if you're not really in the like tech talk world, you probably don't hear the term as much, but it's pretty popular. How often do y'all run into DOA hardware when building? Okay, so when I first started working here, I was actually in quality QA base. QC?
Quality assurance?
Quality control? I was controlling the quality? Yeah. So basically every PC that got built had to go through like getting Windows put on it and then like stress tested, and that's what I would do. And also like anything else that was wrong with it cosmetically. If a fan was broken or installed incorrectly, I had to look through it and like, you know, fix that or whatever. That's actually how I got really good at troubleshooting. But what I would say we got the most DOA, the component most likely to be DOA was actually motherboards, in my humble opinion. Probably like 1 in 32, depending on the brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what I would say. After that, RAM, but usually like one stick, you know what I mean? So if you're doing, you know, everything has 2 sticks, like you're probably talking like 1 in, I would say like 120 or like 64, but because there's so many RAM sticks, you know, you run into it a lot. Very seldom did I have DOA GPUs and CPUs. They still exist, don't get me wrong, but that was less likely, and it would more likely that it was the CPU than the GPU. GPUs have a pretty solid, like, out of the box rate. But of course, you know, there's also instances where it doesn't. But yeah, that would be my observation. What's up, Squishy Side Up? How you doing?
Yo.
I'm loving the King 95, which is cool to the touch compared to my old PC that become a space heater when playing Minecraft. Oh yeah.
Dang.
King 95's got really good airflow, so I'm sure that helps a lot. You get caught up in buying packs, haha, since it's blowing up again in popularity, yeah. I don't know how I feel about the first party games going up to 80. It's like they made the Nintendo Switch 2 upgrade to every game. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, we're just going to have to see. I think it's going to be, I don't know, again, interesting. For the games I want to play, I'm probably going to pay whatever the heck they want, up to a certain point. And, like, that's the thing that sucks. But what it probably means is that I will be buying fewer games. You know what I mean? As games go up in price, it's like, okay, well, what do I actually want? Yeah. And then playing everything I can on PC, because eventually Steam Summer Sale's gonna come around. Oh no, Juan for that fan being backwards. It wasn't Juan.
What was that?
Remember the backwards
on
thing?
the
Yeah,
light.
yeah. Yeah, but that upgrade is a ripoff. People are ready to throw hands with the $10 upgrade on the PlayStation. Nintendo wants to charge $30 for an upgraded game. Yeah. I did have a bit odd of a time where I put in my info outside of live chat hours because the fan started stopping again on the 360, but never got an email back. I'm not too often available during the work due to work myself. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's possible that email just didn't get seen. I was like, they get a lot of emails, but always feel free to like shoot another email their way, because they can also make appointments with you if it's something that needs to be like walked through. And depending on where you are in the U.S., there's sometimes people who come in like a little earlier or stay a little later, like even outside of our little working hours. And emails again are easier to kind of get to. Okay. ASUS ROG Ally here. Maybe Skytech can make a handheld. We were looking at it for a while, but you know, detoured to something else. Was there a Soul Sniper nearby?
Duh.
No, not yet, actually. He's usually the first one in the chat. If you don't mind me asking, how much y'all get paid, and do you guys hire? I don't think we're hiring right now. I mean, it's... yeah, I probably can't talk about pay, but, I'm not driving a Ferrari, you know?
Driving something even better.
A Hyundai?
Subaru.
Oh, yeah. Well, for you guys in the Middle East, since y'all only work in the US of A, yeah. I'll contact you when we're looking to expand out there. Which is the case that you find the most comfortable to build components in. Probably King 95, just because of all the room.
Yeah, so much room for activities.
How much is this build? I don't know, actually.
It's on Notion if you want to check.
Let me see. Build stream. Let me see.
It's on the fridge. How about that repo? Huh? You should, bro. It's fun. Yeah, we played yesterday. It's for its like whimsy graphics. It's actually can be scary.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
About
Yeah, with my
2.1K. What's up, Stocky Jack? How you doing?
Yo yo.
We're good, we're good. Oh yeah. What PC are y'all gonna build next after this? After this, did you want to build that
Who's
one?
in the? Sure. I was gonna say who's in the chat, but
That's a good point. Kingbird's in the chat.
who's that?
It was the third one I did. I think it's the one behind that.
Sure, we'll do Kingbird
Yeah,
next.
yeah. So next we'll do Kingbird. And then we got Sawyer and Josh's build. Still as well. My PC download speed is 1 terabyte per second. Nice. Starting to get that, 95.
Dude, did you see?
The King 95.
See Frontier's advertising 7 gig internet?
You don't need that though. You don't need it. It's cool, but like, I'm telling you, man, like I got a gig and then I'm like, you know, I download a game like a month. Like, why do I need this?
4K YouTube video, everything.
On my not 4K monitor, yeah. What's the most maxed out build y'all I've ever done? Probably the one that we did with Braythorn, that like custom water loop. Yeah. Wait, 9070 XT? What? Am I living under a rock? Reaper on scary if you play Gangnam Style on max volume with friends. True! You can make any scary game not scary if you try hard enough. Alright, jumping back over to Twitch. Do you guys check if all the ROPs are there on the 50 series GPU? Yes! And what was it, the other day? We caught our first one! So, I was like, it's scary to hear about the news and that, but again, we're building tons of computers every day. We've got it in our QC to check for them, and we have found exactly one. But yeah. How long has Juan been building PCs? How long you been...
As a hobby, like 10 years now. Professionally, 7, maybe like 7 years.
Yeah. Have y'all been impressed with the new AMD and NVIDIA cards that released so far this year? Yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna say I've been most impressed by what Radeon's been able to like pump out, basically, especially like price-wise too.
Yeah.
Like kudos to that. But yeah, it's been pretty exciting getting the new cards to the test and just being like, ooh. Oh good, you have 4 builds today. Yeah, that's gonna be the theme for a while, I think. Man, I love this 20k watt battery. Nice. I've heard horror stories from Frontier, unfortunately. I too have heard like 1 or 2 things to be like, ooh, okay. I'm not jumping from Spectrum yet. But we'll see.
I don't have a choice.
Oh, posture check. Yeah, if you don't have a choice, that sucks. I'm sorry. Just born and instantly building PCs. At the age of 2, he did his first custom loop.
At the age of 2.
You're at the Hellhound at launch for the XT, and the prices I'm seeing on the 97 is already more than the XT. Dang. Yeah. Well, I kind of meant like MSRP. I don't know what the markets are doing right now, but like at launch it was nice. Not gonna lie, building a PC is more fun than games. I can see that. Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's nice to like do something with your hands. Not gonna lie, was there a 5090 build on the website or nah? Yeah. Yeah, I think we're selling 5090 builds. We actually had 2 5090 builds on the stream today.
Nice.
I'm running an RTX 3060 Ti with an Intel Core i7-12700F and 16 gigabytes of RAM for 400 from a buddy. Nice! Honestly, that's a really good deal if you got that from a buddy, yeah. Yo, what's that PC behind you? It looks crazy. Yeah, sorry, I don't know why it happens to be exactly right behind where I sit now. I'm gonna try and do this in the least weird way. Just kind of blank. So this is a custom build that one of our coworkers made so that he could listen to K-pop music. It's got a little, it's voice reactive. It's got a screen. It's pretty cool. Is the PC on the market? Nah. That was just a custom one. Hi, what's up, JB Plays?
Yo.
I'm watching this on my phone right now, but I'm gonna watch it on my Skytech PC. Nice!
Hell yeah.
On the PC now. Good. How's it treating you? So how many builds y'all doing? We're doing 4 builds today. You caught us right in time. This is the first one. What's up, Seneca? How you doing?
Yo.
Welcome in. Happy Friday. Is Skytech cheaper than building your own? Sometimes. What I usually like to recommend to people who are like, oh, is building your own cheaper? Is like, make the PC part picker list, you know what I mean? And then you can compare it with the Skytech. There's certain things that we can't like really skirt around, like we do have to pay full price for a Microsoft Windows like license because we're a business, so like there's other ways of getting that I'm not aware of. We can't do that. But you might find that the price difference actually isn't that much. I mean, maybe a difference of like $50, and it might be worth it to you to just order a PC, have a warranty with it. In some cases it actually might be cheaper, especially because we're, I think, able to get GPUs, not from other sellers. So, we're able to price things a little cheaper because of the price that we're able to get things at. That's kind of just like a guess though. I don't actually know what we're buying GPUs at price-wise right now. I don't know how desperate they are to get them. Cool. Have y'all tried cloud gaming? Not really, actually. I was really interested in it for a while because I liked the idea of being able to like cloud game on my phone, but I don't know. I also had a hard time finding like little controller adapters that I thought were good. So I kind of stopped there. It's really nice. It's so much nicer than my old one. It runs games so good. Awesome. Good to hear, JB. Oh, the brand is in Micro Center, right? I don't know. I don't think we're in Micro Center.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I think we're only at Best Buy and Costco. Maybe Walmart. The desktop is a Skytech PC. I want to get a 4060 Ti, but don't know if I have to go from 650 watts to a higher power supply. My last desktop had a 4060 Ti with 650 watts. Oh, interesting. Okay. With a 4060 Ti, you're probably fine with 650 watts. It doesn't take a lot of wattage. 850 watt for my 4060? Nice. Yeah, I mean, like, depending on the processor, some of them do pull a lot, but I think it'll be okay. So while I was ice skating in the Olympics training session and was pulling off a triple sal cow, I was thinking it's Friday and my favorite PC building super duo are online soon. So I quickly took off my blades and raced back to the mansion, and there you are in full Technicolor. I'm so glad my 4K monitor picks up the resonance of the mustard color top and the split ends from PC Magnum. Yep. It'd be like that. Well, welcome in, Equalizer. Happy Friday.
Welcome in, welcome in.
I'm rooting for you in the Olympics. Have either one of you ever played with a Steam Deck? If so, how do you like it? You have a Steam Deck.
I do, it's pretty sick. Would recommend.
I do not have a Steam Deck. I would like one, but at the last time I was thinking about getting one, it was like, you know, the money wasn't there yet, so I gotta see. Found out old games can create problems on new systems. I wanted to play Oregon Trail 5th edition, and it didn't launch properly and messed up my desktop icons. Oh, dang.
Jeez.
Yeah, that can happen. 5th edition, I was like, it's very, very specific. Otherwise, I was like, I'm pretty sure there's a browser-based one that you can play. Because one time in college, me and my friends were just hanging out, and then we're like, let's play Oregon Trail. And we named everybody in the party after who was there. And then we died because our oxen died, and nobody would trade us for an ox. So the wagon just stopped moving, and we all slowly starved. That was a great day. I really like playing Oregon Trail Deluxe for DOS from the browser on archive.org, yep. Oh, what's up, Skytech Gaming? How are you doing? It's Fabian. Hello.
What's up, man?
I have a custom-built 1080p rig. I mainly use cloud gaming. Oh, nice. Okay. My processor is the Intel Core i7-12700F, which has the 12 cores and 20 threads, so I should be good. Yeah, you should be good. That one doesn't take a ton of wattage. It's the 13.7 and 13.9, 14.7, 14.9 you gotta worry about. You can just spam the trade thing, and at some point someone will trade with you. Oh, well, we didn't know that, or it didn't work. I don't know. I just remember that we wrote on the tombstone, I only wanted for an ox. It's so funny. Man, do you ever think about the Oregon Trail and, like, pioneers and just being like, man, sometimes I'm afraid to move, like, within the same, like, county. But, like, homies were just like, I don't know, want to go to the entire other side of the country.
No Google Maps or anything?
In a wagon, yeah. And, like, they probably didn't even have that many, like, good pictures of, like, you know, the Mendocino coastline. Like, all the beauty of the Pacific, you know, to even just be like, oh, I gotta go there. And I was like, yeah, I hear it's nice and there's gold. Alright, everybody in the wagon. What's the best seller? That's a good question. Whoop, 1 moment. Probably our best seller is, I would say probably the King 95 right now, right? Yeah. Or at least it's very popular. I was gonna buy a pre-built PC, but I like the idea of picking my own parts after shopping around for pre-builds. I find that most companies cut corners on RAM or storage or to balance the profit. Yeah, they can. I'm like, not gonna lie there. We do a pretty good job, I mean, at least to my own horn, I do a pretty good job making sure that crap doesn't really get through R&D. So, because I don't want anybody getting cheap RAM or a cheap power supply. Ooh. I came to Oregon with a full wagon, 20 oxen, $4,000, and everyone in good health. I started as a teacher with a budget of $400. Nice.
Wow.
Man, imagine making a ton of money on the trail. Like, when moving, would you recommend taking out GPU for a long trip, or would the method you guys use for shipping PCs out work just as good? The way that we ship it would be good. If you hold on to especially that little custom foam piece that went under the GPU, that should be
save
enough.
your phone.
Yeah. It totally depends though on like how far you're moving. If you're moving like, you know, cross states and you're putting everything into a U-Haul, yeah, I would package it kind of like how it came to you, like as best you can. But if it's something where like, you know, it's an hour away or half an hour and it's going to be sitting in the back seat, it's probably fine with just a little something to make sure the GPU doesn't bounce. 14 hours in a car. Ooh, okay. Yeah, honestly, like if it's seat buckled in or it's like, you know, kind of Tetrised in and securely like not moving a ton, just something under that GPU would probably suffice. One of my like favorite hacks for like transporting a like PC too is you put it in like the footwell of the back seat, and then like maybe shove a little blanket in between there too, so it just doesn't move at all. It keeps it nice and secure. Cool, thank you. You're very welcome. I've done a lot of very long moves before, so I'm actually really good at packing. I'm planning to upgrade my GPU, which is the RTX 4070 Super. What would you recommend? Ooh, yeah. 4090 is not a bad option, yeah. For a 4070 Super, you're probably going to want to go pretty big just to make the upgrade worth it. So I'd think like 5080. Yeah, 5080, 5090. I don't think it's enough of an upgrade to justify going 9070 XT, like from a 4070 Super. It's an upgrade, but it's not, I don't think it's like worth buying a whole new GPU for. So yeah, I'd probably recommend 5080, 5090, or 4090. Yeah, what's up, Soul Sniper? How you doing?
Yo.
Killer was just here. Our day is good though. We're good. We're very happy for the Friday. ARGB 580 or 9700 XTX. 9700 XTX, that would definitely be. B580 is no miracle worker. Context, $4,000 in 1848 in the Oregon Territory will get you a lot of acres, a mansion on that land, and good furniture. Dreaming. Celeste doesn't want to take her GPUs, and she hasn't done anything like that, but I'm used to taking them out. Oh yeah, I was like, that could also be a good way of doing it. Alright, when I help her move, I will bring the block that was below my GPU for hers, yeah. I love my 7900 XTX, nice. I mean, it's a great card. Of course, I miss him again. I know, you guys just keep missed encounter. What if NVIDIA came out with CPUs? I mean, technically GPUs do have processors on them, but I think they're too busy raking in that sweet AI tech boom cash. Why when I'm late, he's always early, lol. What can be broken but never held? My psyche? Trust? I'm thinking outside the box here. Radeon GPUs confuse me compared to NVIDIA with the like 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50 series. Yeah, the Radeon naming scheme is not as straightforward. Oh. So usually it's a bigger number better fancy letters after better than non-fancy. But yeah. A promise. Oh. I guess that is true, yeah. What's for dinner? Ooh. Probably. I do a little, like, beef and broccoli bulgogi bowl on some rice. And I eat that all the time, as long as broccoli in the store is good. Because I gotta get, like, the whole head of broccoli, you know, and it's gotta be good. Yeah, I just eat that so often. It's one of my favorite meals. I do a little sesame oil, a little soy sauce, a little garlic, and a little bit of sugar. It's very good. Life's great. I'm glad to hear it, Soul Sniper. I'm at the point in life where just existing is nice. Very nice. We have stuffed bell peppers. Ooh. Not bad. I have a 1080p 180Hz monitor. Is upgrading to 1440p worth it? I guess that's kind of up to you. If you play in 1440p resolution, you will have fewer frames per second. So if that's something that you're really concerned about, stick with 1080p. But 1440p looks a lot nicer. So if you're kind of feeling like graphically you want things to look better, and your card can handle it, go for the 1440. But if not, if like FPS is your main concern, if you're playing especially a lot of esports games, stick with the 1080p. You can change between the resolution, right? Yes, you absolutely can. So yeah, if you want to get more frames on certain games, you can get the 1440p monitor and then just play in 1080p resolution on that game. I also play 1080p 180 Hz. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet spot, I won't lie. Okay, 1080p 165 Hz. Yeah, not a bad setting. I got a 1440p that does 165 Hz. And that's fantastic. I think my 4070 Super can handle 4K, can it? Yeah! Though, it probably wouldn't be worth it for you to get a 4K monitor, because even though it can handle 4K, you're probably still going to get like 30 to 40 frames at best in a lot of those games. But if you plan on upgrading your GPU in the future and 4K is something that you might be interested in, it could be worth it to go for the 4K monitor, just so that you don't have to upgrade down the line. I play 4K on my TV in the clouds. Nice. Yeah, upscalers are amazing. Are there any deals going around here in Skytech? Other than just like a coupon code that we've got on our website, not really. Like, no fancy sale, no like limited edition things currently. It'll probably be that way until like Memorial Day. Although, I honestly don't know. I'm not in marketing or sales. What's the blue bottle behind you? Oh, it's from that like viral video that everyone was kind of clowning on. We decided to do a video parodying it, so we had to get the water. And now it just lives back there. USA only? Yes, currently. What games do you play? Ooh, good question. Well, right now I've fallen back into a hole of Crusader Kings 3 and I can't get up. I love that game. It's ridiculous. but I'm also a big fan of World of Warcraft. Although I'm probably gonna cancel my subscription for a bit. Save a little pocket dough. I'm a big Sims fan, obviously. Do play a lot of The Sims. In general, like outside of PC, I'm a big Monster fan, so I like Pokemon. I'm a big Digimon fan. I'm gonna be playing the heck out of that when that game drops. Play a bit of Overwatch, play a bit of Marvel Rivals. Oh yeah, and I'm playing Monster Hunter, but I haven't had time to sit down and play it, really. But once I get time, when my yard is done, I can finally play video games again.
I started playing that new game, Repo. Kind of fun.
I see you guys have my Disney spirit animal in the background. Hey, hey, yeah. I don't know, Kay brought that and put it there. And I was like, alright. That's how a lot of things kind of get here. Is this PC gonna be in public?
In public?
I mean, like, we do sell this case and similar PCs, but as far as like, is it going out on the town? I don't know. That's up to the owner. Play Poop Killer. I got my pre-built from you guys. The price was pricey, then the price dropped by 300, 400. Guess I was too impatient. I was worried the price was going to continue to go up, so I got it. Oh yeah. I was like, unfortunately that does happen, or like did happen, especially when the GPU shortage was going on. Because yeah, prices are basically just based off of whatever we could get the components that went into that machine for at the time. It's kind of what it goes for. So yeah, it sucks if you caught it at a bad wave.
Alright, folks.
Hopefully the PC still gives to you though.
This build is done for the most part, with one caveat. I'll get into that in a second. It is finished. It is complete.
Lovely, lovely.
However, Jesse, do be on the lookout for our customer support email. We are going to need to change this power supply. I did find an incompatibility because this is a ATX 3.0 cable, but that's fine. We'll get you a different one so that you can take full advantage of your 9070. But I did want to show you it turned on and lit up. But yeah, be on the lookout for an email.
But yeah.
Once
Otherwise,
it gets
a
that fixed.
fine PC. Yeah,
Yep.
because of certain like power supplies, because of certain GPUs needing that 16-pin connector instead, power supplies can have different specialties, and sometimes we don't run into it until we build it.
Yeah, that's a lot of variables on our builder. We're sometimes, tweaking stuff.
Alright, well this PC is done. It's going to go and get Windows put on it. All the drivers it needs out of the box is ready to go. You can just set up your profile, download your game launchers, and you're good to go. We're also going to stress test that bad boy, make sure those components work and work under load, and when it passes all that, it'll be headed to you. So watch out for it, Jesse, and thank you for ordering at us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alright, we are going to queue up the next one. Kingbird. Cassin's Kingbird. I'm so sorry, Kingbird. I am a birder in my time, so I'm just thinking about the Cassin's Kingbird whenever I say your name. It's a really cool bird, though. And I'm actually so jealous. Like, man, if my name had been like Phoebe, like a Say's Phoebe or a Black Phoebe, it would be so dope. Alright. Let me see if I can get this one, though. If I do this onto the... Please ignore the formatting while I mess with this. How does that look? Better? Yeah, that's a bit better. Alright. That was fast? Oh yeah, one is fast. Finally, fast.com.
Thank you, I tried.
Lots of people playing Marvel recently. Yeah, although I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of disappointed because they just unveiled that one of my favorite characters from the comics is coming to the game, but her design, I'm just like, Dude, like, could you at least conceal the fetish a little bit more? Like,
What the?
if you look at the Emma Frost model, I think you'll know what I mean. But I'm just like,
I don't have a key.
okay. It's, I just don't know why. Like, I feel like if she walks through a door, she's gonna get stuck via her hips. If that's any kind of indication. Also, her powers are not like that, actually, in the comics, or at least haven't been in the time that I was reading, so I was like, what? I'm hoping for an alternate skin. Wanting Monster Hunter myself as well. From what you've played so far, good? Yeah, actually, especially if you haven't played a lot of the other Monster Hunters, it's super approachable in this one. And, like, I know some people are kind of mad about that because the hunts are shorter. It needed to be. Like, I got places to go, things to do. I can't be in a 45-minute hunt for just, like, a basic, you know, monster drop. Like, but yeah, I'm having fun with it. The armor set's lame. I'm sure I'm gonna find some that I like, but in the early game, I was like, why is the Lalabarina, a really cool spider monster, giving my Palico a wig? Like, I have a lot of questions. What powerhouse do you have for us next? This one right here. Deets on the screen. Gets Skytech PC and loves it, then scrolls through Facebook and every ad is Skytech gaming. I'm so sorry, you're gonna see a lot of me then. Only really played Monster Hunter Rise. Okay, well if you played Rise, you'll probably like this one a lot. Because Rise is the one that I primarily played. I played a little bit of World, but I preferred Rise because it was a little bit more, I don't know, streamlined? And this is a really good mix of both. Also, when you cook in this one, it like actually takes the parts and you make a little food and it makes me really hungry. Is Ryzen 9 9900X 12-core processor good? Yeah, definitely. It's like more than what you'll need for gaming. You'll also be able to do a fair amount of productivity with that. It's very good. Monster Hunter is ass. Huh. Well, there's an opinion. I mean, yeah, if it's not your kind of game, totally understandable. And it does really suck whenever you're using any kind of the weapons that need to be sharpened. Oh my gosh, that's annoying. But, I don't know, I have a lot of fun with it. Oh no, not a wig. Yeah, I was just like... I mean, it's kind of cool if you've wanted to look like a, Victorian. There's an armor set for that. But it didn't really work for my hunter. I think Joss Whedon gave her the diamond form. Maybe. I think that existed though before Astonishing X-Men, because I know the run that you're talking about. Unless he had her in another series before then. Because she had already shattered at that time. Before then. But yeah, I love Emma Frost. I stan Emma Frost. I love a problematic bitch. See, I bought my PC from my buddy, but he bought from Rent to Own, and when I got to my board manufacturer to get the BIOS update, which is B460M DS3HACY1, but the BIOS update don't work, and I think it's put together by you guys, so I was wondering to know how I get it to work, and sorry if I'm not allowed to put this. No, that's okay, actually, it's a good question. Hit up our customer support if you can, send them an email, because that's something that they're going to have to, like, kind of search for. We might have that BIOS update somewhere in a folder, because like that's a pretty old motherboard, but there is a slight chance that somebody else needed one, and, you know, contact customer support, and we found it, or we got it from the original manufacturer of that board, and we have it on file somewhere. So it never hurts to send an email, and, you know, shoot it into the dark, and they might have it for you. Not 100% that they will, but there's a chance. So I see Kelsey pushing the gaming laptop ad on Facebook. Yeah, they made me film all of those. I want to eventually do a whole Kelsey video on gaming laptops and like talk about what is a gaming laptop, how is it different from like, you know, a ThinkPad, and stuff like that. And also just like about laptops and how the form factor is different, but it's essentially the same kind of thing. But for now, it's just me acting a fool. But yeah. Also, originally for the laptop ads, I was like, oh, we should do something where, like, you know, you go into, like, a meeting, and you're like, oh, sorry I'm late, but then you just slowly start setting up an entire desktop PC at the table. Like, one of those things where it's, like, kind of, like, beating you with a dead horse, because of just, like, how long everything takes, and, like, how many things, and then you pull out the keyboard, you know, and then you're like, yeah, just 1 second, guys, sorry. And it's, like, a whole monitor. And then just be like, some things are better done on the laptop. You know, it's kind of funny. When I think back on it, when I was like a kid, I actually did want to work in marketing.
Really?
Yeah, I always thought I'd have really good ideas for commercials and junk. And now I kind of work in marketing.
Yeah.
Kind of. I work for marketing is more what I should say. Yo, what's up, Zen Havoc? How you doing?
Yo, yo.
Also, hi, ChiliCon1. I just like talked to you, but didn't say hi. Welcome in on this lovely Friday. He cry. Yeah, we are done with the wet this week. I'll tell you what. Oh, dude, and last weekend, I got these barrels, and I filled them with dirt, and I just put, like, you know, California native wildflower mix into all of them, just kind of sprinkled it. And yesterday, when I was very, very closely looking at them, because I'm, like, highly anticipating these sprouts, I saw the first sprout. I had to move some dirt for it, but I was like, oh.
Nice.
So very excited. I'm transferring my gaming drive to my new 4 terabyte NVMe. Nice! It was on sale for $249. Ooh, not bad at all for a 4 terabyte? Yeah. 6 cents per gigabyte, so it was a good deal. Yeah, definitely. And I want my vacation to start already. Ugh. Y'all are getting vacations.
You just came back.
I know, I just had one. I did that, and they said it was an OEM board, and the only way I can update the BIOS is if I contacted who my buddy bought it from and see as rent to own isn't really about stuff like this. I don't know how I do that, but I guess I'm just stuck on the BIOS I'm on. Yeah, I'm sorry about that then. If we don't have it, I don't think anybody would. Sometimes, I mean, if you do some deep Googling, you can find it, but I'm assuming you've already done that. 2 months to go. Count that down. Why'd I do this to myself? I'm gonna get a bag of chips.
Alright.
I saw a streamer jump out of a plane and then landed to play the new COD.
Wow.
Dang. People and their gimmicks. I don't like COD that much, I'm good. Yeah, I don't know if I would ever jump out of a plane. Like, especially because, like, when you do it, someone's gotta be, like, attached to you, and, like, that's too close. That's too close, buddy. Do you guys have any giveaways going on? Not currently, no. I don't know of any in the immediate future, but in the far future, probably. So how do you know if it's better to get a whole new PC versus just upgrade what you currently have? Great question. So basically what I say is, the main thing you want to look at is your processor, because the processor is also going to dictate what your motherboard is. If your processor has a lot of upgradability, like let's say you have like a 12400F, you can still upgrade that CPU to a 13th or 14th gen Intel chip and get a lot of new power that's still going to be totally relevant. And you don't have to change your motherboard. If it's anything that's like older than that, you're probably going to have to change your motherboard to be able to get a better CPU. And if you're just changing your CPU and your motherboard, it's still probably better to just do that than get a whole new machine. But if you also need to upgrade your GPU, then that becomes another thing. And if you're upgrading your GPU, your CPU, and your motherboard, your power supply might not be adequate, so then you gotta upgrade the power supply. And if you've gotten to that point, that's when you should just get a whole new PC. When it's so many things that you would need to upgrade, and you can't really do them all like one by one, like as time goes on, that's usually when. Game has been so bad with cheaters, it's sad because I miss it. I've been rocking the finals and Marvel Rivals. Dude, what is it with like people trying to cheat in like FPS games? Because like, what do you get? Like, no one's gonna be impressed. For one, like any you know random person, you know, you're not gonna like be on a date and be like, yeah, you know what, I'm like hella ranked on COD. Like, that's not getting you into college. That's not doing anything for you. And second, like, you don't get any personal satisfaction because you're cheating. You're not doing it. So like, what's the gain? Why do that? I don't get it. This girl I sort of liked wanted to go skydiving. She wanted me to go. First thought in my head, nah, I'd rather be in the friend zone. I'm good. That's fair. The illusion of being good. Yeah, maybe you're like most assholes. People just want to make it bad for everyone else. Yeah. I think they like the idea of like, oh, look at me, I'm owning everybody. Haha, power trip fantasy. But like, is that really going to bring you joy and happiness? Are you going to be able to go to bed at night with a feeling of contentedness? I don't think so. I'd run screaming from the restaurant if some guy said he was highly ranked in COD. No thank you. I mean, at the very least, I don't feel like that's like the thing you bring up on the first date, unless they're like, oh yeah, I play COD, and you're like, oh, I play COD. I'm highly ranked. Because I cheat. Yeah, and then you wouldn't want to bring it up at all, because then it's like, oh, if you cheat in games, are you going to cheat IRL? You know?
It's quite the job.
Is it? It's like the shopping cart thing, you know what I mean? If they don't put the shopping cart back at the end of getting groceries, like, it's a no good. They're not gonna ever do anything for you or around the house or anything. And they hate people and dogs. We're on it. the new thing is, I have a boyfriend who I'm ranked in COD, meaning I I have time for no one. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. That gonna be a glimpse into like, which means there's gonna be a lot of you sitting around on your phone while I play a video game. Date the couch co-opper. That's a good relation. Although, unless they're ranked and you're like, me too, oh my gosh, what? And then you squat up. That's also a good relation. $27 minutes left and 1 terabyte to go on this transfer. I've not had good interaction with COD players in general. Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be outliers. It's the same thing with a lot of games. Where like, oh, that is a place. I say this as someone who played League for a while, and it was like, oh man, I'm in the trenches. What's the best Dorito flavor there? One of the OGs. Does Juan play any games? What do you play?
Yeah, from time to time.
Well, there you have it.
Hmm?
No, I was like, well, there you have it.
I haven't played a lot recently. I just haven't had time. I play a game, which is Minecraft, when I can.
And he's really excited about the Minecraft movie.
Oh yeah, totally.
Just finished It Takes Two with Coultergeist. I love that so much. Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. I've been really wanting to play Split Fiction, but I just need time. My wife lied about liking sushi. I feel cheated. Oh, rip.
Wow.
So I can't lie about stuff like that, because sometimes you end up married, and you gotta be like, one day you gotta be like, so actually. I still play League, and Celeste and I play games together a lot of the time. We've been doing Assassin's Creed games recently too. Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of games that I really like, but I'm scared of the community. So, like, I played a lot of Overwatch, and I never played with mic on. I disabled all chat, because it was like, there's nothing that they could tell me that is gonna make me play better. And if anything, it's just gonna tilt me or make me feel like crap. So, like, that's usually how I get through playing games where it's like the community can be bad, but game good. I'm not sure I'll go and see that at the theater. Yeah, I'll wait for reviews. Probably the best PC you can get now. Yeah, I gotta say. Just about. Hey, we are going to eat sushi tomorrow night. All you can eat. Prep to order. Yeah, my dad will come around to sushi. Gonna take time, yeah. You gotta start with like the easy stuff, which is California roll. Easy, simple. That is the gateway drug into sushi. And then after a while, you're just eating straight sashimi, like with just a little bit of like soy sauce down the hatch. Yeah, love it. If you have a revolving sushi around there, you should go to that. You should probably just get a kick out of that. Any game with voice chat has a TTN. That is how you measure how toxic the community is. We played Unity together for her B-Day, and then I got Valhalla while she was finishing Mirage, because those two are connected, and now I have Black Flag, and I think she has Origins. Nice. Black Flag is a really great game. Like, it's a good Assassin's Creed game, but it's a really great game. Like, I never finished Origins, and I haven't played Valhalla yet. I plan to eventually. But I played Odyssey, and let me tell you, when I was Sparta kicking everybody off of those, like, tower defenses, I was having a good time. Sushi's life. Sushi's one of the best things. I have to agree. Volcano roll. I like a really good unagi roll. Also, just like anything tuna, raw tuna, yum. I'm absolute garbage at FPS, but I do try here and there. I'm not sure why I'm so bad at them, but at least I try, and I do turn off all chats on those, yeah. The thing about FPS is that I've really learned is just the more time you play it, the better you get. But the hard thing is that you can't really put it down for too long, because then you regress a lot. Origin's my fave. Yeah, I liked that one too because it was like about a couple, which I thought was a really like. I was like, oh, they just love each other. This is nice. And also like the fact that like Cleopatra, Julius Caesar, my theater kid brain was like, oh, wait, I know this. I have a sushi belt I want to go to in Vegas. I need to find something for her. That's how it works. Yeah, yeah. We're lucky. Here in Ontario, we have, what is it? I can't remember. But we have a revolving sushi, and it's good. And I love it, too, because robots bring you your water. And as someone who's very awkward around people, I'm like, this is the place. Like, I sit down, and everything comes to me, and then I pay at the table, and I leave, and I don't talk to anybody. Dream. I hate my old motherboard, the silver piece, to unplug the SATA cable from it. We're facing each other. Oof. That sucks. I will buy some sushi tomorrow and try to get my 92-year-old grandpa to eat sushi for the first time. I mean, you could probably pitch it and be like, if not now, when? Like...
Running out of time.
It's like... all that wisdom and you don't know what sushi tastes like. Thankfully the finals, no one really chats or says anything. Too fast to sit there and type. Yeah. The only FPS we have been playing recently is Farlight 84, and it is mostly because the in-game music is really nice, but I love Valhalla due to Vikings and Esper Black Flag. It's just sailing around and listening to shanties. Yeah, Valhalla was singing well in the boat too, but not as good. Yeah, the old school shanties is the way to go. Honestly, my grandpa will eat anything. Good for him. I play single player FPS games. I think I'm through most good ones. Dude, like single player needs to have a bit of a comeback because I was playing like the new Dragon Age and I was like, why am I so like sucked into this? And it was just because I hadn't played like a single player role-playing game in a long time where I get to get like invested in the characters and all the, and like I miss them. We need more Mass Effect or similar. Oh shoot, hold on. Getting a phone call. Could be spam, could not be. What? Sakura Sushi? Yes, that was the place. Thank you, Rurutu. Time to upgrade when you get beat by a 10-year-old kid on console. I don't think anything's ever gonna make you as good as the 10-year-old kid on a console, though. Once you get to a certain age, it's just like, dang. My best years are past me. But I'm a bronze Torb main that gets carried by my 12-year-old kid on some main and silver. No dispute internet senpai. Frickin' rude too.
Pretty good.
So the huge dollar jump on the website. Do you have a guess on when the prices will go back down? No. If
no,
prices jumped already, it's because of the tariff. So as long as those are in place, it's probably not going to go down.
Yeah. The problem when you play next to no multiplayer games is single-player games with high production value drive sometimes. Yeah. Well, because there's not many of them being made anymore. Everything's kind of like a live service. I've been able to get into Dragon Age since DA2. That's fair. I actually didn't really even like Inquisition that much, but I played it a lot because I was just hungry for that world. I actually think I ended up liking Veilguard more than Inquisition, but it's because it felt more like Dragon Age 2. But what it really felt like if I'm being honest, it was Mass Effect 2 with a Dragon Age skin on it. And luckily I also liked Mass Effect 2. Only multiplayer I play regularly is Final Fantasy Roman numerals 14. Definitely not an FPS. Took me this long to realize that Juan is not wearing a hat today. I'm not?
He's naked. Ah. I tried Origins a few months ago and I could not get into it. Honestly, the problem with Origins is that it is now aged. In that, like, people get really turned off by the fact that the graphics aren't great and the controls aren't great. But the world and the story building, fantastic. Characters, fantastic. Although it's the one I'm the least invested in my main character in. I don't know, something about actually giving them a voice, like in DA2, 3, and 4, lets me, like, get really attached to them. Hawk is my favorite character in all of Dragon Age. Story of Origins is based around his son, it just hits all the feels. Oh, are we talking Origins Assassin's Creed? Because that was also actually really good. I'm scared, but my old 2.5 SSD is out of the PC now. Just have to put it in the new one. Any tips, Juan?
So to get into the drive bays on the King 95, there's a little hatchback here. You might need a screwdriver or something. Well, it is a thumb screw, it's pretty tight. But it's really just right here. Squeeze the two handles. There you go. There's a lot of holes. I would just put it the two topmost so it comes like right flush with the tray. And then once you slide it back in, it's gonna be on this end. And yeah, it should be pretty accessible from there.
What's the difference between the King 95 and the Ultra and the normal? The Ultra, it's the Ultra Gear Seeker. I just can't fit it all. So it's just a special edition one that has a different coloration. Not me still playing on controller since all my life I've been a console player. That's okay. There are certain games that I still play with a controller. Dragon Age was one of them because it's how I've played the whole series. Any racing game or like driving game, I have to play with a controller.
Oh, you got it.
I gotta. But once I started doing shooters on keyboard and mouse, it actually ruined me and I cannot play a shooter with a joystick anymore. Which sucks because I used to be a really good shot, and now I'm a bad shot. I might actually start KCD and KCD too. Nice! play FPS shooters and strategy games with keyboard and mouse. Yeah. Strategy games though especially, or like any kind of like sandbox, any kind of The Sims, gotta, well obviously gotta, but like anything where you're building things, city skylines, like keyboard and mouse is life. I've actually been kind of itching to play city skylines, so we might do that again. Hold on, getting another call. If I were to buy a PC, do you ship internationally? Also, am I able to get Windows 10 on the ones I was looking at? Were all Windows 11. Yeah, they're all Windows 11 now, unfortunately. Mainly because Windows 10 is losing support soon. Well, going from my white Fantex P400 case to the black King 95 has made me very happy. All my RGB went out on the old PC except the motherboard. Oh, dang. Most third-person game with dodge roll is designed with controller in mind. Yeah, that makes sense. Honestly, everything in the first person get on keyboard and mouse. Yeah, I can see that. I actually enjoyed playing Skyrim a lot more on PC than I did on like my Xbox for that reason. I've taken to using my mouse half the time with certain games now. It's very strange to be clicking around in Final Fantasy XIV, then battle starts and I'm back on my controller immediately. Man, now I want sushi.
I know a good place on Marketplace.
Marketplace sushi?
Yeah.
No, thank you.
That sounds insane, doesn't it?
Yeah. One of the best, like, this is also probably what cemented my sushi love, was that I had an uncle who had a boat. This is, like, over in New England. So, he came back on the boat when we were out there visiting, and he brought this big tuna that they had caught, and he literally opened that sucker up, like, on the table, and started, like, cutting it and serving it. And there was just, like, a big thing of soy sauce and wasabi, and it was just, like, the freshest you could have fresh tuna. And it was so good. Ugh. Yeah. Like salmon, I don't even know her. Tuna. Tuna is the fish. Mahi Mahi is better. Cooked? Yes. I will give you the Mahi Mahi is better when cooked. But, I don't know. I don't really like it as much raw. Carp is the fish. Isn't carp disgusting? Am I wrong? Or was that just Magikarp from that one Pokemon episode and I internalized that? I really want to get into fishing, but it's a lot. And I'm having a hard time finding good, like, beginner. But I really want to go and catch a bunch of crappie and then do, like, fish fry. Sounds incredible. The 2.5 will fit in that compartment of the King 95?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just usually screw it in with something.
Use motherboard screws.
Will they have motherboard screws? Stick some tape on that thing.
Sure, double-sided tape works. There's no moving components in there.
Yeah. Any kind of way you can get it to kind of just attach to that. Make it one as I like the style. I just need to do some research, see if you can't transfer my Windows 10 as I need it for some editing apps, sadly. Oh, dang, yeah. Yeah, that might be
you
tough.
can clone your drive.
I mean, you can clone a drive, yeah, but if the app needs Windows 10. No, carp is great if it is in good water. Oh, If you order fish here, the default is carp. Really? I gotta go to Europe sometime. I gotta see what they're doing over there. You gotta get Americans into carp, but the Mississippi is flooded with them and nobody wants to eat them. Yeah, but I feel like the Mississippi is gross, like water. But yeah, that's true. My old case has these like sleeves where you screw into the side of them, and then they have like 4 prongs that you slide the sleeve on and locks into place. The screws from those might work. Yeah, probably. Has anyone tried teriyaki salmon? It's very good. I make it. Ooh, wood. Absolutely wood. Carp can have muddy taste and lots of small bones. Not a good fish by Western standards. Yeah. It's probably because a lot of our water is kind of muddy. That's why we sell so much catfish. It's been 1 month with my Skytech O11 Vision and no complaints so far. You guys have earned a happy customer. Thank you so
Glad
much,
to hear
Cheap
that.
Sway. Thank you. Really appreciate it. They can catch the carp in Mississippi for the fish meal industry. We're talking about food. What is something that you both have tried that most people you think haven't? For me, it's bison or elk. Ooh, I would totally eat elk.
I've had a rattlesnake hot dog.
Ooh, that's actually very neat. I had a reindeer hot dog this week.
That's crazy.
He was at a food truck. What's the other like weirdest things I've probably eaten? Pickled quail eggs. That's pretty basic.
Basic.
Yeah, as far as like fun meats though, not a lot. I would, but not really a lot. Probably the reindeer. Reindeer and rattlesnake. Man, that should be a restaurant name. Like the reindeer and the rattlesnake, and then like the logo is like, it'd be cool.
The 2 fighting or something?
Yeah.
Sounds like a millennial burger.
Or like, in the reindeer's mighty horns, the rattlesnake is just like coiled in, you know? Like they're gonna fight as one. The reindeer's gonna like try to gore you, and then the snake will also poison you, causing poison damage. I don't know. I think it's brilliant. No problem. I'm just so happy I can finally get near 200 frames in all my games. I've come a long way from my 1070. Oh, heck yeah.
Nice.
Definitely. Oh, very good. Hope you're harnessing those FPS and poning the noobs. Nobody really says that anymore. I should probably stop saying that.
Bring it back.
Bring it back. I like pork the most. Ooh. I don't like a pork chop really as much, you know? But, ground pork in anything, so yummy. Pork in a ramen, bacon, pork belly, yum.
Ooh, pork belly.
And actually, I make my spaghetti with, pork sausage instead of beef. Because then I don't have to bring too much to it. It kind of just like, here's all the flavor and the fat. And I'm like, thank you. Spaghetti. Montana, so I have a nice variety of elk, bison, moose, and lots of yummy things. Ooh, yeah. You probably have a lot with, like, hunters up there, too. And then you can usually get, like, cheap venison. Always good. Gator. I've had gator cheese bites, and I've had gator tacos. Both quite good. Oh, I would totally eat gator. That sounds yummy. Or it just sounds very Cajun, and I like that. I've eaten frog legs on a cruise, but I mean, like, I feel like since it was on a cruise, you can't really count it. Oh! Actually, probably the most interesting thing that I've eaten in my life was abalone. We went, you know, my mom was dating this guy, and we went on this vacation up to the Mendocino coastline, where they dove for abalone, which is like, it's, you know, the abalone shell?
No.
The, like, shiny iridescent kind of thingy? No? Okay, I'll give a picture. Well, anyways, you can go diving for them. I don't think you can do this anymore because they're, like, you know, endangered and all. But you have to, like, get under them before they, like, because then you won't be able to get them out of the ground.
Oh, it's like a clam?
Yeah, so, you know these shells? Or, like, abalone inlays on, like, a guitar? No, I'm realizing none of these are things that you would really encounter. Well, anyways, yeah, there's a little animal in there, and you can eat them. It's a delicacy, but we were camping, so he hit it with, like, a mallet for a while, and then cooked it, and it was rubbery, and I didn't really like it. I would like to eat properly cooked abalone. I feel like going from a 1050 Ti to 980 Ti to 1070 and now 4070 Super from you guys. Nice. Giant jump at the end there. Whew. My family and I just went to an abalone farm on Hawaii. I had fresh steamed abalone poke. It was fantastic. Oh, see, that sounds great. I'm actually kicking myself because I was just in Mendocino a little while ago on a vacation, and I didn't think to look for, like, a place that properly cooked and served, like, good abalone. Type of abalone determines the tenderness, evidently. California abalone is tough, but the farm we had was perfect. That makes sense, yeah. I tried shark a bunch of times. Ooh, I would eat shark. In my mind, it would probably taste like swordfish. And I don't know why. I'm like, maybe just... because they're kind of similar sized. Yeah, dang. Abalone. It's funny because I remember telling that story, and then my fiance's grandmother, who was actually born and raised in Sonoma County, before moving, you know, way the heck out, was like, oh, I loved abalone, I grew up eating it, and I was just like, huh, go figure. Well, the jump from 1070 to 4070 Super is just like the size of both of them looking at that 5091 just put in two, yeah. Man, I wish I had Pokey right now.
That does sound good.
Like, I love sushi, but after having poke a lot, I was like, this is the ultimate way. What do you guys prefer between liquid cooled and fan cooled? Depends.
Cool.
If I can get away with an air cooler on a CPU, I'll 100% go with that. Just because you set it and forget it. Not saying that you don't do the same with the AIO, but I once did have an AIO corrode on me, and that sucked. So, there are certain CPUs that just need a liquid cooler, like nothing is going to cool them on the air cooler side adequately. So, in that instance, I'll always go liquid cooler. Because AIOs are actually pretty reliable. I'm just burnt from that one time. But air coolers tend to be cheaper, so I tend to go with those if I can get away with it. Can this graphics card be installed on the side vertically? Does
I
this one
wouldn't
have a vertical
recommend
mount? Yeah, I was like, well, to vertical mount anyways, you would need a riser cable. But yeah, we don't really recommend vertical mounts. A, they're not the greatest for airflow. B, they require a riser cable, and that adds in like another thing that can potentially go wrong. And also sometimes it's just very annoying because you usually have to get into the BIOS to set the generation of the riser cable to be able to read it. And that can be very difficult, or just another pain in the butt to kind of do that while you have to plug into onboard graphics, and if you don't have onboard graphics, it becomes a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, in the future, does this have vertical mounting?
No.
No? Yeah.
And this one is very dense and chunky. I don't even know if it would really fit.
Yeah.
Alright, folks. The build is done. It is finished. It is complete.
Very nice, very nice. Alright, folks, well, this PC is done. It's gonna go and get Windows put on it. All the drivers that you need, it's out of the box, it's ready to go. You can just set your profile, download your game launchers, you're good to go. We're also going to stress test this bad boy, make sure his components work and work under load, and when it passes all that, it'll be headed to you. So watch out for Kingbird, and thank you for ordering with us.
Thank you, thank you.
Lovely PC, and an absolute beast. Like, this thing is gonna...
Yep.
Other PCs will be scared of it.
Great color combo.
Yeah, no worries. Lovely. And all the airflow you could ever want. What a perfect case.
Yeah.
Alright, let's queue up the next one.
Keep the 5090 train rolling with Josh's build.
Oh yeah. Alright, Josh, you are up. Let me try this. Yeah. Oh yeah. Beautiful. I was looking for a liquid cooled originally, but then I found you guys and all the options. The Q95 with Ryzen 7 9800X3D and a 4070 Super. It just looks so pretty and the airflow is amazing. Hoping to get back into streaming, which I should be able to do on this, I hope. Yeah, you should
absolutely.
fine. But yeah, exciting. What are you gonna stream? Stream a mix of League, Valorant, Path of Titans, and just whatever games I get my hands on. Nice, so variety stream's always good. How many more does Bob need to build? I don't know, Bob.
Uh-oh.
2 more.
Bob's the building.
Yeah. Can he build it? Yeah. Killer, you just missed Soul Sniper. I mean, like, probably by, like 40 minutes, but yeah. Ships in the night. clip just left on Twitch was from Path of Titans. Nice. May I recommend Final Fantasy 14 with a certain someone? Aw. Hey, couple streams do pretty well. Never a bad option. Have you ever had the dips that Dorito released? My favorite is the Cool Ranch Jalapeno. No, I have not. Is that like still a thing? Or were they like limited? Sucks, I was frying wedges. Oh, rip. Yeah, I don't know if he went to bed. There are a lot of supermarkets, but sadly near me the Cool Ranch ones are hard to find, but the spicy nacho cheese is everywhere. Isn't that always the case? I don't know why they're always platforming the nacho cheese Dorito. Like, who genuinely prefers that one? Who among us would choose that? Like when Taco Bell got rid of the like ranch Doritos Locos Taco, and the fiery one, mind you, the fiery one was fantastic. Had that little lime flavor, and then just kept the nacho one. It was like goodbye. This transaction is over. The relationship ended. I'm going to Del Taco. Goodbye. Honestly, when they first came out, I loved the barbecue Doritos. They had barbecue? What? Dang. The salsa verde ones are the other good ones. Oh shoot, there he goes. Among Us, yeah, exactly. I know only one person that prefers nacho cheese Doritos, and let's face it, they're plain wrong. Exactly. You gotta come to the Cool Ranch and rope in some flavor. Yeah, they were hard to find since I'm in a very small town, but barbecue from them was so much better than like barbecue lays or the others. Huh. That's always nice. I kind of feel like, I don't know, whenever you get like, especially a flavor that's been released on other things, coming out of a new brand, it's like do or die. You gotta make it slightly different in some way, like you gotta dress it up. Found a brand called Airs, yeah, and they have honey barbecue chips that are perfect, so good. Dude, okay, so like, that brand, that Airs brand, or Hares brand is, they do like a popcorn, like a bagged popcorn that is like sweet corn flavored or whatever, I don't know, it has corn on the bag, and that stuff is so good. I went insane with that. Like, to the point where I was like, when I go to the store, I'm buying 3 bags of this because it will be gone once I get it home. Highly recommend. Taco Bell lost me a while ago. I still mess with their cheesy gordita crunch, but it just doesn't hit the same anymore. Yeah. They even brought back one of my favorites from way back when, the Mexi Melt. And it's not as good anymore. Probably because it's way more expensive than it used to be. Oh, seeing Juan turn that box upside down just made me remember how hard it was to take my PC out of the box while alone, yeah. I feel that. I'm always in the lab getting new cases, and I feel like I look like such a dork rolling these things around trying to get them out of the box. Especially when the little side handle thingies get stuck in, so the PC doesn't come out because it's stuck on the handles. Eh. Oh, I'm gonna have to try those. Yeah, if you see those, I'm telling you, it's like, yeah, it's hairs, and then it's got like pictures of corn on the bag, and it's a popcorn, and it's delicious. It's a popcorn that tastes like corn. In the best way. Gee, you're good, you're barely talking. Yeah, I think he's a little quiet today. He's in the zone. That was my struggle. Celeste saw me on camera struggling to get it out of the box. Yeah. It'd be like that. It's funny too, cause like I'm the kind of person who like I can never ask for help. I don't like to. I don't like to bother anybody. So when I have to put them back in the boxes after testing it, guys are always like, "Do you need help?" And I'm like, "No, I got this. I'll just open it with my foot while lowering it down into it. Trust me." He needs some milk. I don't know, either. Asking for help is a hard thing. Yeah. I'm always trying to figure out, like, why I am that way, too. I'm like, what happened where I'm just, like, just don't want to ever bother anybody? It's probably just my mom. Oh, thank you so much for the subscription, Culturegeist. If you need any help, I'm here. Thanks.
Sure, grab a screwdriver.
Just gonna do this since I got a Taco Bell ad. Oh my gosh, they were listening.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're like, "You sure you don't want the nacho cheese Doritos Locos taco?" Rip the fiery taco. Okay, and also rip the volcano menu, which they brought back for like 2 months, and then ran out of the volcano sauce at like our local one. I went and got it once, and I was like, "Oh, it's back." I went back another week, and they're like, "Yeah, we're out of it." What do you mean you're out of it? Yeah, we're out of the sauce. And then it went away. Teasing me. I could be I could be his private therapist who said building. Yo, what's up, Master Killer? How are you?
Yo.
Although I love Skytech, and you guys are amazing. I love seeing both you and Juan with the PC building. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, we're always having a good time. Just building some PCs, sharing laughs and memories. Tell me how my nearby Taco Bell has been out of their fries for weeks, bruh. Yeah. I don't know, Taco Bell. I feel like I could be living Moss, you know what I mean? And they're just not delivering it. Is that a drill screwdriver? Kind of, it's just like an electric screwdriver. It saves you a lot of time. Well, I'm gonna need that screwdriver. It's a nice one.
Yeah, dude. Look up Antec with 2 T's. They make some pretty nice stuff. And if you have TikTok, they're always throwing discounts in there for some reason. Valuable data, I guess.
Dude, I don't know why. I never buy anything off of TikTok. And, like, actually, when I see anybody selling things on TikTok, I, like, immediately scroll. I don't know why. I'm just so,
yeah,
like...
I mean, a lot of it's AliExpress a lot.
Well, because, like, a lot of it is, like, someone being like, so I didn't, you know, I never really liked these things, but then I found this thing, and, like...
yeah,
which
it's
is,
like
like...
covert ads.
Yeah, because it's, like... I don't feel like, because it's like selling it to me in the video, it's like I know this isn't genuine,
Yeah.
but it's trying to come off as genuine, and that scare me. Yeah.
I feel that.
It triggers the like ad no in me.
Yeah.
Man, the case I'm working on right now has so many of those like little screws, and I'm like, please don't run away if I lose one of these.
Yeah.
I may need to get one myself, anyways. Yeah. I mean, it's always nice to have like a drill too, just something that you can use for multiple projects. Always nice.
Should I cash in the lunch card?
Is that what you've been like stewing on? Is like, do I ask? Maybe.
I don't know though. If you already got lunch, I don't want to.
I mean, whatever, whenever. Yeah. I'm liking you your Shakira advice. I'm sorry. How you getting your hands on 5090s based on what I heard there, ain't he? Yeah, I think because we like can go through certain suppliers, they're available to us, but they're still very few. So we have to wait between like shipments, and the shipments aren't very much. Yeah, well, it's partially the GPU shortage is kind of fake in that like NVIDIA is just not going to be releasing as many as they did in the previous generation, which is creating scarcity, and then scarcity makes people freak out. So the Radeon cards, which are much more easily available, are now getting scalped, and that's the problem.
I hate going to scarcity. It's the worst. So scary.
Scarcity. Oh, Dad. Okay. Yeah, I see Killer Bee knows the Shakira wisdom. The Skytech sticker is right over the compartment you showed me. Oh.
What Skytech sticker?
I'll say that you get maybe the cereal.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Wow.
Classic.
Interesting placement.
I'll say that you guys ship mine out pretty fast. I'm used to waiting a week or longer for anything, but I got my PC within 3 days of ordering. Nice!
Hell yeah. Glad to hear it.
The one with the serial number, yes. Dang, yes, they put it on that.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'm assuming as long as
What?
as long as I keep the sticker somewhere, right? It'd be fine.
Yeah, that's for our internal use. It's don't sweat it too hard if it gets a little ripped.
I tried the Rasputin dance yesterday and my leg's still hurting. Oh my gosh. On what is it? The Just Dance or whatever, that one where it's like makes you do the like, hey, whoa. Yeah, couldn't be me. For one, I don't bend. I don't know why, but just won't do it. Joints are saying nope. My back as well. Ooh, yeah, I can imagine. Mad respect though for people who can do that dance. I was expecting there to only be one screw for the panels though. Old case has 2 screws per panel. Huh, interesting. Also heavy, which made the go down and jump up way harder. Oof. Dude, if you want like a good workout game, Ring Fit Adventure on the Switch kicked my ass and broke my back. But that was also partially me having bad posture while doing it, and then being like, I'm in pain, but I want to keep working out like an idiot. But oh man, That game had this thing where, like, there was one land that you go to and, like, everything is squats, and you're just like, please kill me. Everything hurts. I've tried that, it's something, yeah. Honestly, it was a great game. Like, gamifying working out worked really well for me. And I could just do like 40 minutes a day and like feel pretty good about myself and like how I was, you know, getting along until I hurt myself. Then I had to stop, but yeah. If it has a ring with it, right? Yeah, it's got like the resistant ring and you put like one half of the controller in the ring and the other half of the controller is in a little thingy that you attach to your thigh. So it can like tell that you're doing the movements. Incredible game for working out. I'm about 100 kg, which is about 180 in freedom weight. Thank you for the freedom weight conversion. That helps. That's not bad though. 180 is not bad at all. Yeah, the American mind cannot comprehend kilograms. I think that's the one of them referred as the Switch Sports. Yeah. I don't know, I really liked the idea of like, oh, I'm doing workouts to fight a monster was really cool. But some of those yoga poses, that was the thing, I wrecked myself on a yoga pose, of all things. Nor kilometers, true, yeah, especially not kilometers. If you told me it was a kilometer away, I would have no idea, like, what that meant, gauging it, you know, I'd be like, Not meant for workout, but does the job. Yeah, anything that kind of just gets you up and moving, it's good. Well, it's time to switch the drive, so I'll see you again soon. Bye, Zen! Oh, I love yoga. I've liked some of the yoga that I've done outside of the Switch. But, I don't know, there was like one kind of like reaching, bending one that just did me wrong. But like, yeah, a little downward dog, a little pigeon, heck yeah. Supine pigeon, love it. I'm doing exercises to fight the monster under my bed. Is the monster under your bed just like a lot of dirt or something? Like, dust? Because I would think the monster under my bed is like, I gotta work out so that I can get on the ground and actually get like a vacuum under there and be like, finally I'm freed. The dust bunnies are no more. Man, pro tip, if you don't have to, don't store anything under your bed. It just collects everything. Like dust, anything, any little bit of whatever. If it actually gets kicked under there, you like lose track of it because it's in there with all the junk. Yeah. Having this held on with one screw is making me think of your NVMe comment earlier. Yeah. Hey, if it works, it works. It's like not even lying, my computer at home just has an NVMe hanging out in space, just like, yeah. Thankfully, I live on a fault line.
Thankful.
The dust bunnies have evolved into dust kangaroos. They started creating their own society. They're braiding. They've discovered the trebuchet fascination. They've invented the wheel, yeah. They're learning, they're using tools, oh gosh. you zip ties one or just raw dog the wiring?
No, I use zip ties. Plenty of zip ties.
I've been noticing a lot of cases, like, out of box, the ones that get shipped to me now, instead of using, like, zip ties or even Velcro ties, they'll use those, like, almost like a bread tie on it, and I'm just like, why?
Oh.
I hate those. Because I have to, like, personally unwind it and then just be like, yeah, okay.
Personally,
I have to personally, my own hands must unwind it. It's quite annoying. Dang, that reminds me, I need zip ties. Looks like I have to go back to the outside world. Oh, rip. I'm sorry. So, any plans for this weekend?
Not really. Just get some rest, do some errands, maybe play some games.
Yeah. Go see the Minecraft movie. I actually don't know if it's out yet.
It is.
Oh, okay. I'm sure somebody in this chat's gonna go see it, and then we'll get the scoop.
Right.
What's the best build y'all did today? Ooh.
This one right here. They're all the best.
Yeah, honestly, I was like, let's see. Yeah, I was like, this one and Kingbirds are probably the highest spec. Technician that's ever lived loves his yeah. I kind of want to see it. Feel like I have to. I know it's like the curiosity thing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be good. You never know.
Could be.
I mean, if you had told me that, like, Jack Black and the new Jumanji, like, I was so like, oh, that's gonna suck. And then it was apparently good. So you never know. Reminds me of Mario movie, and I like that a lot. I don't think this would be quite as good as that, though. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things where, like, it kind of just subverts your expectations by being surprisingly good.
True, that one wasn't bad.
Managing them cables.
Yeah.
other like big franchises that haven't had a movie yet that will probably end up with a movie? The Roblox movie.
Oh yeah, that's probably coming. But Penguin?
I don't know.
Rip.
I don't know if anyone knows what that is anymore.
I know, right?
Well, good news. They are in the slot, and the tight thumb screws back on. Just gotta open the back of the case and do wires. The sticker has a slight tear, but still there. The QR code's still readable. Nice. Perfect.
Nice.
Still waiting on Zelda. Oh yeah, they're gonna do a Zelda movie.
Oh, that's true.
It's just gonna be so weird to have Link voiced. Because he doesn't speak
Yeah.
in any of the games. So it's like, you don't really have a sense of his personality because of that. So I feel like any kind of voice they give him, except for maybe just incredibly quiet, like as in like seldom speaks, is gonna feel weird. But I could be wrong. I just don't want him to have like a Star-Lord-esque, you know, like,
Oh my god.
yeah, you know, I'm just a guy in Hyrule. Like, imagine.
Ew.
Hey Zelda, you see those Dodongos over there? Yeah, I don't know if they're giving Link a voice, but I don't know how they would do a whole movie where he's the main character and he doesn't have a voice. But if they could, stylistically, that could actually be really cool. Call of Duty movie? I think that's kind of redundant at this point. Who's aggressively pressing keys? It's handy. His desk is right there. Nothing calling you out. But yeah. Yeah, Legend of Zelda movie will be interesting. Is it horrible that I'm like, who's gonna play Zelda? Like, why am I just like waiting for that casting announcement? Who can I project all of my dreams onto? Chris Pratt as Zelda? What? Zelda, dude. Yeah. True, Bowser was the same, but he's pretty easy to imagine, and Jack Black nailed it. With Link, I have no clue where they could go. Yeah, no, Jack Black did pretty great. I think even though at the cast announcement that, people were like, okay, like, yeah, okay, Jack Black. Like, I'll just say thank you once, and this build and the prior one use the same case, so I'm getting a good layout. Would you be able to show the PSU on the back so I can kind of see how wires might be?
Yeah, 1 second.
I got you. So basically, attaches into here. So your cables are going to be coming out this way.
Yeah.
So, bulk excess cables, bunch them there, and then do your other ports. It's kind of tough to see because it's all black.
Yeah.
Well, excuse me, princess. Did anyone ever think that maybe that Click Adventure Zelda game was bad? Not because the voice... Well, okay. Not because it was a stupid Click Adventure, but because the voice acting was so bad. Like, that was actually the main reason. Because maybe Link was never supposed to speak. You know? Maybe we need a mute hero. Just gotta plug into the SATA port on the PSU, and it is plug and play from there. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Those are words I think true. Man, if anything, the Zelda movie needs to have a really boss, like, soundtrack. Because that game, those games have always slapped as far as, like, sound design. Like, not me in the Temple of Light, just like feeling it. The Bolero of Fire and Ocarina, oh my gosh. The really creepy music from Majora's Mask. That's purposefully like all creepy. It's lovely. Just imagine if Link had a voice and what he would say to Ganondorf. Well, excuse me, Ganondorf. Yeah, I don't know. It's very weird. And what I'm afraid of, or what I could actually see happening, is Michael Cera Link.
I think he might be cool. At this
Probably, yeah. But like that sort of type of like, oh yeah, Link's just a.
Is there any? I think he might be one of a kind.
The last of his kind?
Yeah.
Oh, the last unicorn. Michael Cera. I think we'll need an unknown or an up-and-coming type of Link. Yeah. If it's Timothy Chalamet, it's like, okay. We've been here. I've seen this movie. FC5 was very good in my opinion, even though it was a mute MC. Yeah, I think it can work actually. Like, I mean, it has in games for a long time. So like, I don't think everything needs to be a fully voiced protagonist. I think it helps in certain things, but in other things, it's like save the money. It's like casting Beyonce as Nala in Lion King. No, I will die on this hill. Her voice is far too distinct and nothing worked when she spoke. Okay, but I did love the meme of the, like, Simba? Beyonce? At that time. But yeah, I feel that. Especially with CGI stuff like that, just let a voice actor voice it. I'm like, Beyonce's not even like an actor. And Nala doesn't even have a song, so like, what was the point? Yeah, the meme was classic. That was always having me cracking up. Did anybody see the new, like, Lion King movie that they did? I used to be a big Lion King stan, as a youth, so I'm like, I should probably see that one, because I had a book that was all about Mufasa and Taka, and, like, I need to see how accurate it was to that, because it probably wasn't at all. Yeah, Mufasa, yeah. Haven't seen it yet? Yeah, neither have I. I'll wait for Disney Plus. Yeah, that's honestly the smart way to go. That stuff ends up on there so quickly. Hey, I just bought a PC for you guys. I need help. Why are my PC temps so high? It says they're like 100. Okay. Couple context things. What is the processor on it? Like, what's the CPU? And what cooler is on that? So I'd watch Moana 2 and many other things. I have a bad habit of starting something then finding something else that looks cool and the cycle repeats. Yeah. I had like a moment where I was gonna catch up on all the Marvel stuff and I started to and then I just dropped it again. I'll get through it, I swear. Dreading the new Snow White. Like when the right mind thinks Gal Gadot isn't prettier than shoot. I forgot her name, the one playing Snow White. Yeah, Gal Gadot's line deliveries are never good. 9500.
No.
Okay. 50X cooler, Trix panorama. Okay, so that should be okay. Is it 100C like during a game? It definitely shouldn't be 100C with a Ryzen on it. No, 100F? Oh, if it's 100F, you don't have to worry about it. Celsius.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was like, Celsius is how we actually, like, because it's going to be warm, but it's when you're in, like, the 90 plus Celsius that things are, like, you know, worth worrying about. So it's okay? Yeah, if it's 100 Fahrenheit, you're totally fine. Thanks. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, one of the things I think it's funny about the new Snow White is people are like, oh, it's bombing. And I'm like, that should be no surprise because, like, did anybody actually like Snow White? Like, the OG one? Like, truly? Is that anybody's favorite Disney film? Anybody, like... It's no Mulan. The songs? Forgettable. The Aristocats is better in my opinion. One thing I've had to do in the past, which I know needed to be done, is replace the thermal paste. Ah, don't worry about that. That's usually like, I don't know, overly concerning. You can definitely go a couple of years without changing the thermal paste, no problem. That's a fair point. My favorite Disney movie is Beauty and the Beast. Exactly. Like, there's better ones. Like, if I'm, you know, trying to kill some time and put on a Disney movie, it's gonna be like OG Lion King, Beauty and the Beast is a great one, Mulan, problematic fave Pocahontas. The songs are good. It's Lea Solange. I know, American Stock and Celsius, right? It's like the one time I interact with it is at work. My favorite Disney princess is Mushu. Dude, even like Tarzan, actually. Yeah, any day. Freaking love Tarzan. The Little Mermaid. Yeah, forever. But like Snow White, down the, like, I'll watch Cinderella before then. And Cinderella is also like, Sleeping Beauty slaps because the character designs are great. Briar Rose, why you so pretty? Maleficent, why you so dragon? Awesome. The Prince, swag. Like, come on. Joanna from the Rescuers Down Under, yeah. Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch, another great one, yeah. You cannot tell me that Mushu did not have a lot of sass. That dragon was always my favorite. Yeah. Although, I don't know, I watched Mulan so much that I started being like, man, wouldn't it be great if this time around the Great Stone Dragon did wake up? And, like, I just want to see how things would have gone with that dragon instead of Mushu. Like, if somebody was like, no, like, we're prepped, we got this war, like, what would have happened? Like, you could have given me 8 more Mulan movies where it's just alternates of, like, which guardian got woken up. Send the swiftest, the rabbit. What does that look like? How does a rabbit get you through this war, Mulan? Let's find out. Well, that did not take as long as I thought it would. Always nice. Had to remove my GPU and all that jazz, but I'm done. Nice! Well, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yo, what's up, guys? Got my King 95 Pro case yesterday, waiting for 2 more PC parts. Nice! Very cool.
Yeah. Glad to hear it.
The boys are getting passionate. And how? And then what was your favorite Disney movie one? Do you have one?
101 Dalmatians.
Dang, really?
Yeah, I like that one.
Going from left field, yeah.
Mostly because it was always playing on TV.
Well, I was wondering, is there a lot of people that work at Skytech, like around you guys right now? Yeah. That's a pretty big little warehouse. Pretty big little warehouse. I love how I talk in not absolutes. But yeah, there's a production crew. Handy's over there. IT behind me. Customer service. But yeah, there's a lot going on. Going on. I don't know. Ugh. The Friday's getting to me. Slipping up. We used to be in a separate building, but now we're all in one building. Mostly know you two, and then I believe it was Chris that called Celeste to verify my PC. Yeah, Chris from CS, yep. Yeah, sometimes we'll have some guests on here. Fabian's usually the one that you'll see. And Handy sometimes comes in front of the computer. In front of the camera. Ooh, really getting the Fridays. It's infecting me. The brain is ready to clock out. Bro, it's Friday, so you know what that is. It's my bath night with a bath bomb. Yay.
Yay. What flavor today?
I don't know. I gotta see what's left. I think I only have one more, actually.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Okay, but last week's bath bomb, it was called Druids of Bath. And it was like a pine scent. And it was green with like gold shimmer in the water. And then I sparkled for a while afterwards. And that led to so many, this is the skin of a killer Bella jokes.
Oh.
Yeah. I literally just ordered a 5070 King 95 pre-built 20 minutes ago.
Hell yeah.
Nice! Thanks so much, The Dark Light. Thanks for ordering those.
Thank you.
Get hyped. It was on flash sale on Walmart for $17.49. Usually it's 18 something. Ooh, very good.
Nice.
Yeah, honestly, grab that now, man.
Yeah, as soon as you can.
for the weekend, still working on that pathway? Oh yeah, I'm still working on that pathway. I've decided though that if it comes down to I can't get the little pavers down, and I just have to make it a gravel pathway, I'm gonna be at peace with it. The important thing is that it will be done, and I can enjoy it. Although now I'm like, I gotta get patio furniture like this weekend. All that junk comes from China, so I'm like, oh, I gotta get it while it's still in like inventory. I'm trying to get like a comfy little love seat, and then a couple like cool chairs for that area. It's gonna be dope.
Nice.
It's gonna be hot this weekend though, so I gotta get that done early before it gets too hot. And also I gotta mow the lawn this weekend. Before it gets too hot. Do you have any other fun plans for the weekend? Do you? I was like, yeah, you're just gonna be relaxing.
Yeah, not too much going on.
Yeah, I was like, I'm probably also just gonna be kicking it around the house. Probably get some other chores done if I can get that done. My next big project after the yard is to clean out and reorganize my garage because it still has a bunch of like moving boxes in it that I probably could just go through and like reorganize into like some plastic bins, and so I can put some shelves in there, you know, and like get everything organized. Be nice. I can English, I swear, it's all good. Actually went to Best Buy and picked up an Alienware Aurora R16 and then realized it was a ripoff at $15.99 for a 4068 gigabyte, and saw the King 95 was an absolute no-brainer, so I'll return Alienware. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Honestly, smart move too. I was like, Alienwares are very like, meh. So, nice. Yeah, glad you're able to pick that up then. And the King 95 actually has airflow. A lot of those Alienware ones do not. Ooh.
Alright folks, the lid is on. It's finished.
Lovely. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alright folks, well this PC is done. Is gonna go and get Windows put on it. All the drivers that you need out of the box, it's ready to go. You can just set up your profile, download your game launchers, and you're good to go. We're also going to stress test this, make sure these components work and work under load. And when it passes all that, it'll be headed to you. So watch out for it, Josh, and thank you for ordering with us. Lovely PC. I'll never get over this combo. Like with the aluminum and the black and a little bit of white inside too. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Love the CPU cooler, yeah. Yeah, it's just a fantastic look all around. Also, I do like this about the MSI. Bitch and dragon on the side. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Alright. I hope the white case looks as good as that black. Man, that looks pretty. Yeah. I was like, the white case is really nice. I think you'll like it a lot. You picked a good case. Alright. Oh, I like how I just put that on its own little thing. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Alright, Sawyer, you are up next. Or Sawyer. Great name. Oh, what's up, Ginger Ale? How you doing? We're good, we're good. Scholars, thank you. Montana, it is 35 degrees, and there was a blizzard when I got my PC yesterday, so that is fun. Other than that, I got a pack for my trip to help Celeste move. Woo! Very nice. Looks pretty. I love the CPU cooler. Wait, it has the dragon? That's awesome. Yeah, some of the MSI boards have like the RGB dragon on it. It's pretty cool. Dang, 35 degrees. Shoot, it's gonna be in the 80s this weekend for us. yeah. Rutu pointed out how wild it was that I already had my arugula that I planted bolt in April. I'm so excited for my PC, especially since I get to watch it get built. Yeah, totally. Thanks for sticking around. Yeah, you are our final build of the day, and I think it's going to be worth it. This is a stunner. I can already tell. It's hot and so is Florida. I'm going from the 30 to 40 degree weather to 80 to 90. Woo! Whiplash. Yeah. I've been pretty tired of the cold weather, so I'm kind of excited for warmth. I just wish it wasn't going to be that warm.
Yeah, it's a little fast.
I don't know. I was lucky and I grew up close to the coast here, so I used to have just like 70s all year long. Still having a hard time adjusting to living out more inland where we get real heat. Congrats, that was an experience. Watch your PC get built. Oh, I love this board. It's so cool. More so than anything, I live in a very windy area, and I just would like the wind to stop for like a week. If I had no wind for a week, I'd be so happy. You should try a deep-fried cranberry pizza. Is the whole pizza deep-fried or just the cranberries? Probably just the cranberries. Honestly, yeah, I'd try it. I'd try most things, though. I have a pretty adventurous palate. Unless it's a bean. Then I'm like, no thank you. Everyone gets their one thing. Mine's beans. Ooh, the ROG Strix, good choice, indeed. I'm a big ROG fangirl myself. I actually got to go to ASUS's headquarters up in Silicon Valley for an event, and I got this ROG pillow. And I'm still waiting for like a couch in that office to like set it up and put it there. I think it looks so cool. Should we get a tour of the new warehouse? Yeah, maybe in the future. I don't know, that might be a security thing. You'll probably get some videos of us at least running through the place a couple of times. Like ASRock did, and their whole build process. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to see about that, but we've done some videos with Braithorn like that, but not of the new building. Trying to get used to the keyboard and mouse that came with the PC, a lot different from the Black Widow Elite and Razer Essential mouse. Yeah, I mean, if you still got those, you can definitely sub those in. I was like, because the ones that we had, they're not. They're not the best. They're not like the worst either, but yeah, they're just to get you started. We all know how essential that like clicky clacky is like when you find the right brand of clicky clacky. There's nothing better. I prefer an exceedingly clicky keyboard. Open frame PC case with legs and no vent at the bottom go on carpet. Yeah, probably. I think the main thing is that you just want to make sure that any like dust cover and all that, that there's just room between it and the carpet. For me, it's mostly getting used to a keyboard without a wrist rest since my Black Widow is going out and button stopped working. Oh dang, yeah. Yeah, the wrist rest really does make a difference over time. I didn't think it would because I needed something shorter for my desk, so I took away my... And I noticed it after several hours of playing that I was like, oh, wrist hurts now, why? A case you guys used in a previous build that had a shelf. What was that one? Oh yeah, it was it's called the Geometric Future. And yeah, it had like a shelf specifically for you to put like a pop figure. It was pretty cool, yeah. It was also just cool because it was unique. And it was from a company that we hadn't really worked with before, so that was nice. Like case-wise. What do you think of Microsoft bringing Game Pass to a ton of devices, such as a Fire Stick? I mean, I wonder how much would really run on a Fire Stick, but I think it's a good idea for them to bring Game Pass to as much stuff as they can. I think more access to games is going to be good for their business, and also just good for people who want to play it, but maybe don't have, you know, something that can run it. Though I'm skeptical because, like, they had issues with, like, me playing Viva Pinata on the PC, and I was like, you best get it together. Sometimes I just want to play Viva Pinata. Man, that's a game that needs a sequel. I don't see it on Fire Stick working well. Yeah, I would think that, like, the limitations would be too much. Now clouds come a long way, and it all depends on internet speed and strength. I have been beta testing it since prior to launch. It runs amazing on my PC when it's hardwired and trash Wi-Fi. That makes sense. It's kind of tough because not a lot of like I had to pay to have an extra Ethernet drop in my house, and like, yeah, if you don't have easy access to an Ethernet drop and, like, you know, good cat cables going through your house, yeah, that sucks. I like it for randomly playing something for a few, but on phones it's okay. What do you guys think about the 5070 so far? Is it a nice upgrade from the 4060 Ti? Yeah, I would say it's a decent upgrade from the 4060 Ti. If that's what you're in the market for. It's a very good card. Use Eros for Ethernet? I heard of that. Also doesn't help, most ISPs use crap standard routers, and since gamers are less than just browse the internet people, the routers do not always handle it well. I have a $400 router, and we have had 1000 for a few years now. Nice! Yeah, you're very right about that. But I don't see a lot of people, you know, shelling out for a router, unfortunately. Unless they're trying to, you know, expand theirs. What case is that he's using? This is a Lian Li 011 Vision. In white. What's the next step beyond cloud gaming? That's a good question. Just probably better games. New platforms. Beyond cloud gaming, you move your setup inside the server room. Yeah, for real. I have a TP-Link Wi-Fi 6 internet gaming router, the AX1000, or 10,000 round. Nice, nice. Yeah, I haven't really looked into like personal setup, like, you know, networks as much. Most of the stuff I'm familiar with is what we use here for the network. Are the new tariffs going to affect the PC industry in any way? Yes. Unfortunately, yeah. So, depending on, like, if you're in the market for a new PC, today might not be a bad day to go to Best Buy and pick one up. Why doesn't one use wireless fans? Because the problem with wireless fans is that they come with their own set of headaches. Some of them, like, magnetize together or, like, clip together, and if they're just slightly off, it won't bring power to the next one, and that can create a lot of issues, especially if we ship it. A lot of them use proprietary controllers or software, which adds more cables and doohickeys to the back. It's also harder because if they die on a customer, it's harder to send them a replacement fan because we'd need like that exact same fan. And the main thing about it though is that they're very expensive. So, that's a factor. Using the Deco mesh system and a Motorola modem. I'll tell you, the mesh is nice. And each pod acts like a modem I can Ethernet into. Nice! Never understood the different brands of graphics cards like Zotac 5070, ASUS 5070, NVIDIA 5070. Are they all the same, just different manufacturers? Yes. So they're going to have slightly different aesthetics, slightly different heat sinks, and obviously shrouds. And maybe a different number of fans. But they're all a 5070. The differences between them are incredibly minimal, like if you were to look at somebody benchmarking all of them, so I wouldn't worry about that. I would probably go for the one that has the best reviews and is the cheapest. Okay, yeah, Darklight, I have my PC plugged into an Eero. So I just figured something out that is really dumb. Go for it. You guys have a good rest of the stream, and I just want to say thank you again for the amazing PCs and stream. You're very welcome, Cultergeist. You have a great day.
Have a good
weekend. Yeah. Basically, the wireless, when one dies, you have to replace them all most of the time. Yeah, I've run into some issues. And then I've tested some also that were, like, kind of cool, where, like, they kind of clip together, and then there's one that, like, goes onto it. But I had the thing where it went onto it ripped, and I'm like, okay, quality not good. But, yeah. That's the main thing, is it makes troubleshooting a lot harder for somebody over the phone, you know what I mean? So if a customer gets one and a fan is out, it's a lot harder to troubleshoot when it's wireless. The Xbox app for PC will not see installed games if you switch the drives, even with the same letter path. So I have to download them again on like Steam and Battle.net. Oh, rip. Is it just because everything's in the cloud? Or I don't know. Mr. Builder has some mad flow through. Yeah, for real, he's good at it.
Thank you.
I'm back. What did I miss? Not much. Just some PC being built. What's the best thermal paste to use if I have to replace it eventually? I would use. Yeah, actually, this is my jam. HYP15s. Very good. Otherwise, Thermal Grizzly is a pretty good one. I would say anything other than the absolute cheapest is fine. And don't worry about replacing it too frequently. The thermal paste you can eat. Don't eat the thermal paste. No, it's local on the drive. Huh, okay. But they should make you do it again. That really sucks. For me, I have games that's all on 2 different drives for Xbox app. I guess I didn't think about that, yeah. I use thermal pads, the one from Thermal Grizzly. Thermal pads are also great. They were fantastic in the lab when we had them, and they got destroyed, rip. How long does liquid cooling last? Do I need to worry about changing the liquid or anything? Or is that like a lifetime of the PC type thing? It's pretty much the lifetime of the PC. Nothing should go wrong with that AIO for several years. And even when it, if it does eventually fail on you, there are things you can do at that point. But I wouldn't worry about replacing liquid. Some AIOs don't even allow you to. So 200 gigabytes of downloads. Thankfully I have fiber. Oh, don't you love fiber for that? I love when a new game comes out and I set it to download and then I go downstairs and I cook dinner and it's done. Before that, when I had, I don't know, 25 up, 25 down, and didn't realize it, I used to have to set the game to download when I got home from work, and then in the morning I would be able to play it. Would Juan build a mineral oil PC?
Nah.
Yeah, probably not. Coolant is the way. Go into the game folder itself and launch it from the exe file, and the app may auto-read it. Pro tip. Where's the best place to check what your MOBO can upgrade to for your video card? MOBO website? Luckily, your video card, your motherboard should be able to take any video card. It's just a matter of getting the drivers once you've installed it, which you can get on the internet. But yeah, things to consider are actually more like case size and just making sure that the component that you're going to get can fit. And then yeah, just getting the new drivers on when you get that new GPU. Everything else should be fine. Good idea, Ant-Man. If I get a PC from Skytech, I want it to be submerged in oil. Tasty. Graphics cards that bad boy getting? Well, this one is getting a 5070 Ti. Very lovely. I don't have a 5070 Ti. Oh, rip Rurutu. Like a dentist. Do you ever think about that? Yeah. How many custom builds do you stream a day? Well, we stream on Wednesdays and Fridays, and it depends on how many we have to do. So right now we've got a really loaded schedule, so we're doing 4 on each of those days. but usually it's 2 or 3.
Yeah.
My 6700 XT has a bigger number. That makes it better? Usually. But no. So I ordered a 5070 pre-built from a retailer. Is that already assembled, or does the order go out to a builder such as yourself? Depends. Sometimes it's already assembled, especially if it's at like a retailer like Walmart or something like that. It's usually we've assembled it and we've shipped it to Walmart. But if you order from our website, it could be built that day or that week. Kind of just depends on, you know, what we got. Another. I said 2 PCs left. No, this should be the last one. Yeah. With the serious loops. They're so pretty.
Yeah.
Especially in white. Oh. Mr. Builder reminds me of the guy from Super Trooper. I forgot his name though.
Did he have a mustache on his image?
Deep down I know Juan just wants to power through all these customs at his normal speed. Poor slowed down Juan. He's really restraining himself. Yeah.
Really?
Would you recommend buying a refurbished video card?
Depends on the condition.
Yeah, it depends on the condition, and then it depends on, I would say, the legitimacy of the seller. If you get some kind of like guarantee, you know, that it's gonna work when you get it, or like, you know, footage that it does work when plugged in, I don't think there's any issue. Are you going back to the beginning of the stream? Oh, wow. Yeah, that could be really confusing. I've heard from Fabian how fast he goes. I told him to just let Juan go full till one day on the stream. It'd be pretty wild to see. I don't know, I keep thinking it'd be really fun to do, like, get him and another builder to go head to head on, like, how fast they can build a certain SKU.
That'd be cool.
It would be cool. But I don't know who else would do it.
Yeah.
It's not how fast you can build a PC. It's how much aura you can farm while doing it. Wise words, Ruutu. I'll do it, I'll lose though. Fair. Yeah, it could never be me though, because A, I'm not the fastest builder. B, I don't work with these systems as often as Juan does. I'm usually testing new stuff. And C, if I'm talking while building, I will 100% install and uninstall the same fan like 12 times. I know because I've seen me do it. I'll just autopilot and think I'm taking apart the PC instead. progress shot. Look at all that lovely color coordination with that. It's gonna be insane, especially when you see the AIO. It's gonna be very nice. Is that case compare size to the King 95, or is the King a bit wider? So I would say the King is wider, but this one is taller. But yeah, both very large in their own regard. I don't know, I was like, maybe just slightly less wide, but definitely taller. Cool thing about this too, all the cables are snow. Which is just lovely. Yeah, they did a really good job with this. Also in my testing, it just really pays to have the 2 exhaust fans instead of the one with the motherboard higher. It makes all the difference heat-wise. It's very nice. Thanks for the info. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend. You too, Ginger Ale. So how about them egg prices? Are we at 100 eggs for a 50/90 parity yet? Oh gosh. No, I think it's still cheaper than that, but yeah. Let's just say I'm not buying eggs these days. It's still too high. Now when I get my quails, it won't be a problem. One has left me. Probably go find more fans. Or something. But yeah. Well, wow. We're actually doing really crazy good on time, too. Yeah, we burned through them. Check out that I/O. Gotta love it. Tons of USB, especially USB-C. Did you know you need certain feeds to get them to produce eggs? I guess the protein and calcium % are different. Yeah, you have to get specifically quail food. And that's gonna be a pain in the butt. But I love the idea of a soft-boiled egg and a ramen and not having to buy that from the store. Check out that rear, yeah. Pretty nice case, indeed, yeah. Spin it around. Yeah, not bad at all. And actually, like, the silver or the aluminum of the motherboard goes really well with the, like, grayish pass-throughs.
Needed that.
When are they going to make car body cases? I don't know. You think that would be a pretty obvious, like, thing to do. Ooh, and then, like, package it with, like, a racing simulator game? Like, come on.
Ooh.
Kelsey got the first Subaru case. Plenty of room for cable management in the back of the station wagon.
Oh yeah.
A lot boils down to airflow. It would look dope, but I bet that would heat up nicely. Yeah. Yeah, and airflow really is the killer. It's a hard thing to, like, do and do well, while still, like, making bold design choices. That's the problem. Which is why I'm over the moon anytime a case looks really fantastic and has good airflow. It's very rare, and lovely. You can do bottom intake and exhaust out the back. True. But if you put a really big GPU in that bottom intake can suffer. Well, and you'd actually get a lot of airflow from that if you put the fans in the undercarriage and then it was something lifted like a Wrangler. Suddenly air. Yeah, whenever I test cases, like with heat, I usually do the hand all around test to figure out where the hot spot is. There's always one somewhere. Most people are going for supercar cases. Oh yeah, that'd be asthmatic, just like the fan is just like millimeters from the table. Look at me, fancy American, using metric. I'm so cold. Are you cold? Wow. Things to talk to my doctor about. Fortnite Battle Pass. I just short out my. Nice! When you clean up, you'll have a fun time playing Fortnite. Don't you remember the old meme? No? I don't think. Wait, hold on. What? What meme? You weren't a memer like 2 years ago. I guess I was never a memer, but you know, I existed in the same world as memes, so you know, you pick some up. But yeah, might not have. I don't know, it's like when Fabian shows me, he's like, oh, have you seen this thing? And I'm like, no, what? And he's like, yeah, it's all over the internet. And I'm like, no, I haven't seen this at all. Social media guy, though, he's gotta stay locked into social media. So. He knows all the stuff. It's the girl that sings It's Me or the PS5. Oh yeah, definitely never saw this then. I was like, it doesn't ring any bells. Must be nice having to be on social media all day. I couldn't do it, man. Like, oof. Have you heard the like new Selena Gomez songs?
No.
Well, you're lucky.
They're not good?
It's not that. It's just every single one of them is like somebody else's style.
Oh.
Like Charlie XCX wrote her a song.
Uh-huh.
But it's just like, this would be so good if Charlie was singing it.
Damn.
I'm not saying that like Selena Gomez is a bad singer, but it just makes me be like, yeah, this is just a Charlie song. And you know whose voice would be great for a Charlie song? Charlie.
She's dropping new music? Goddamn.
Yeah.
Recession indicator.
Oh, and she's one of the songs is in Spanish. And I don't know. Even Em was like, her Spanish isn't good. And I was like, you don't know Spanish. But you're probably right. In fairness, I do actually know how hectic behind the scenes are for his job. Yeah. All the accounts he has to manage and all the like, craziness, I'm sure. Even though it hurts me, order a pineapple for the dude. Pineapple on the pizza. Dude, it's so good. I went so much of my life not eating pineapple on pizza to then just be like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. And it was great. It needs the spicy though. Like, I'll eat just a Hawaiian one, don't get me wrong. But like, when it's got the spicy, ooh, so good. If it makes him talk, I'll take the pain. Yeah, Fabian gets to see all the worst comments that get deleted before I see them. Can't imagine. Ooh, is it gonna look good? You mean the guy aggressively typing? No, he's gone now. I don't know where he went.
I like to say that Handy types like someone's chasing him.
Homie chose to have his desk just right behind the set, so.
He gets a live show twice a week.
Yeah. Aggressively typing. Man, I am ready to eat. I'm so sorry.
What's for lunch?
I mean, I had lunch. It's dinner next.
Oh.
Yeah, but in 3 hours, I'll be chomping down on something lovely. Rice bowl. Yeah, sure. What time is it there? 5 p.m.? Nah, 3:30. Good middle of the day time. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was watching this comedy thing last night, and it reminded me that, like, I should actually sit down and try and come up with a stand-up routine.
Really?
Hmm?
Stand up?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I took a class on it in college, because, like, I had to. And it was actually really cool.
I didn't know you were into stand up.
Yeah. I mean, like, I wouldn't say, obsessively so, but...
Are you
Yeah,
a
I
big
get
Joe Rogan fan?
No. I don't know, my humor is...
John Mulaney.
I do like John Mulaney. Tig Notaro. I even like Eliza Schlesinger.
Damn, I haven't heard that name in.
Yeah.
That's
She's still
accurate.
around and kicking, yeah.
Chelsea Handler.
Nah,
Nah,
not so much.
too much.
Well, not just not.
Too much on the Amy Schumer spectrum.
Not, yeah, I was like, not for me. Yeah. I don't know, that's kind of a cool thing about comedy, though, is that it can kind of be like your own personal brand of like, oh yeah, like this person gets my humor.
Yeah, I know you're really into that Dave Chappelle.
You've been streaming for 6 hours? No, only 3.5. Yeah. Dang, I'm starting to rethink my NZXT H9 flow case. These Liam Lee cases are so slick. They really are. I mean, like, I haven't worked with any of the NZXT ones, so I don't know how they are, like, quality-wise, but I will say Liam Lee does a really good job of making their cases, like, good quality, good stuff. Did you say Slinks? No, I don't think I did. Schlesinger? I did an open mic twice in 2019 and it was terrifying and fun. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, I just think it'd be kind of fun to, like, give it a whirl and do it enough to kind of just figure out, like, what your own kind of personal brand of funny is. I just heard the metal pipe sound. Yeah, it was that dang sensor that randomly plays a sound. Spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round. I'm making the camera freak out. How was your day, Kels? Good, Geil, it was good. I'm really hyped for the weekend. I've been feeling the Friday all day. Oh yeah, Soul Sniper's back, and Killer, reunited. It's happening. They're reunited. That lazy Susan table could use some RGB. Oh man, wouldn't that be funny if it had underglow? I have random pain on my wrist. I am broken. Oh, rip. I know how that feel. Oh yeah, the update to Monster Hunter Wilds dropped. I'm about to be a hermit this weekend, lol. Nice. Hopefully I'll be able to get on this weekend too. I got a lot of house chores to do, but we'll see. Working in the yard. Okay to do all RGB lazy Susan in the office. You know, if I give him that idea, he'll do it. Can never give that guy an idea. Because he'll execute it before you even know. It was my idea to do the sensor, and now here we are.
Are you tired of it yet?
Tired of what, the sensor?
Yeah.
No, now that they put the randomly generated like sound on it, I actually am quite invested. Because I'm like, what's it gonna be? Because it's so random now that I'm just like, it could be anything. That's a pretty funny one. I don't know if you guys hear that one, but that sensor was I think it was the end of Star Wars when it's like, "You've killed Padme," and he goes, "No," and it's very cringe. Yeah. Getting all the Arrested Development quotes. There's always money in the banana stand. Yeah. I mean, they're probably just going to keep adding things to it, because they keep taking it down, which means that they're putting more on it. And I've been eating from their, like, food stash, so I need to go this weekend and get things to contribute. Sensors tell you when someone enters the room. Yeah. Or if someone just goes by the sensor that's already in the room. Which happens a lot because it's right next to where all the snacks are.
Can you see the piece?
This?
The piece.
The paste.
Thanks.
I just heard, "Can I see this, please?" And I was like, Yeah, you gotta be pretty direct with me, because, like, my brain will just be like, what? The context, I don't.
I feel it.
Last time you mentioned some of the employees were 3D printing stuff in one of the other rooms, and also a mention of a case coming soon. Any more info on that, or that stuff that they're printing? It's for fun, simple things for the office. It's mostly for our, like, really crazy giveaways. So, like, the Avatar PC that we did, the Diablo PC. It's one of those ones again. Crazy 3D printed chassis, yeah. Not for, like, large scale things yet, at least not yet. But yeah, and that's actually the room where they have the sensor. It's those guys. It's pretty funny. On the plus side, they 3D print me things all the time for, like, you know, the lab. Like I'm learning a new language. How many custom versus pre-built have there been recently? I mean, there's always going to be more pre-builts than customs, but there's been, I think, a bigger push on customs recently. Just like interest in that has surged. I just ordered a 3D printer the other day. Lots to read up on for a first timer, though. Yeah.
Who laughs like that?
I don't know. Maybe Charles?
Damn. I've never heard him laugh so.
They're having a good time over there, I guess. Who's laughing their ass off? We're trying to figure that out too. We're like, whose laugh is that? Oh, they're having a fun time, whatever they're doing. don't think they realize that because we share a ceiling, it travels. PC would look way better if it had like black stripes and a few black parts. Yeah, maybe. This is as close as you can get to a snow build though. And that's pretty nice. Because usually we get kind of like a mix of black and white, but this is, yeah, very cohesive. I think once it's lit up, yeah, you'll see the magic. It's very nice. Yeah, this is just beautiful. Yeah, you did a really good job, Sawyer. Hey, screen stuff. Do both of you keep vids and GIFs of your own personal machines? Keep a GIF of mine for about a month before switching back to plain old temp info. I was like, I don't have a screen on mine, but if I did, I would probably stick it. I'd probably stick a GIF on it for a while. If I had made it like a themed build, there was a while where I was gonna use one that had that you could put a GIF on. In a case that had these fans. It was going to be an X-Men themed build, and I was going to do an X-Men GIF in it, and that would have been really cool and cohesive. But yeah, after a while, I feel like I'd probably just get tired of the GIF and then use it for the practical thing. Yeah, this would hide well in Antarctica. We need to get to 50k subs. The Advent Children Cloud Omni Omni / Sephiroth gif on it. That'd be pretty cool. Well, when I was testing one of the every time I test the ones with the screens, I usually put the gif of the "Honey, you got a big storm coming," because I just think that that's so funny. Or do the Mad Max Fury Road driving into the sandstorm? Yeah. I feel like it's gotta be memes. If it's not like with a theme, it's memes. Here it goes. It says 73 degrees and sunny. Why am I so cold? Boy's voice carries so far. Kels looks so tired. Nah, it's my fault actually, because I'm always like, Friday's tomorrow. I can stay up a little later, and now I can't. Oh, I'm thinking about that dinner. Just because we're so close. We're so close. I moved my 8-foot wisteria. It's in the ground now. Oh my gosh. Was it in a pot? It was 8 feet tall and it was in a pot? Or was it in the ground somewhere else? Yeah, I don't know what's up with them. Locked in.
Nah, I'm concentrating.
Yeah, it was in a 15-gallon pot. It broke the pot. Oh, dang. I think that's how you know you need to repot. When it's like, no! bigger. Okay. Wisteria, that's nice. I got a sprig from the bougainvillea that grew in my yard growing up from my brother, but it died pretty immediately. I needed to get it into the ground sooner, so I need to go get another sprig of that from him. Transplant that, and I should have a bougainvillea in my yard. It was a really rare color too. It was like a lavender purple. What time is it there, you guys? Almost 4 o'clock. Then we had a pineapple pizza. Yeah. Aren't those thorny? Yes, they do have thorns. But the flowers are really pretty, and they grow really well up like a wall or a trellis. So the hard thing is keeping it small, or controlled. Dude, I got so many flower buds on that wisteria this year. Hope they bloom. Ooh, lovely. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm starting to see little sprouts on my wildflowers. Gonna see what pops up. It's like a mystery box. What's the taste? Not bad for a $15 plant. Yeah, no, not bad at all. Also, I did do and complete the succulent fairy circle. I will post it in the Discord when I finish the whole thing, because I'm very proud of it. 64 succulents into a circle. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, the O11 is a pretty, like, it's not the quickest build, but it's worth it. It looks really good. Consumptions. Yeah. What's the lead time to get a build? 1.
What do you like?
I don't know.
From here to ship, about a week or so, maybe less.
I think they mean like if they order it, like when will it get built?
Oh, pretty quick.
Yeah.
From right now, I mean, like, you gotta disregard the weekends.
Yeah.
But if you were to order it right now, you'd probably have an update by like Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah. If you're looking to have it built live on stream, it might kick it to Friday potentially.
I think Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll
But,
see how the weekend looks. I think orders are gonna slow down a little bit.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We can sleep till Wednesday. LOL. Would that be funny if it was like, yeah, we only show up for the stream? I have a whole inner life here. I have a whole other job, and then another second kind of job that I do here. Crazy. Right, let's light it up. It's in the mystery box behind you. Like a Lego Minecraft set.
The question mark block? Or
Yeah. Is that it, or is it something else?
question mark block?
Is it the Mario?
Mario block.
You're right,
It's
yeah.
Mario's castle. Alright, folks. This build is done. It is finished.
I'm pretty sure it's Bowser's castle, because Mario...
Oh, yeah, Bowser's castle.
Mario's a plumber, he doesn't have a castle on that salary. Alright. This PC is done. Is gonna go and get Windows put on it. All the drivers that you need, it's out of the box, it's ready to go. You can just set up your profile, download your game launchers, you're good to go. We're also going to stress test this, make sure these components work and work under load, and when it passes all that, it'll be headed to you. So watch out for it, Sawyer, and thank you so much for ordering with us.
Thank you, thank you.
Lovely PC. See, I told y'all. The white. Looks lovely. A couple black cables there, but it ties it all together. Alright, alright, alright. Business days, what are those? Yeah, alright. Ordered a couple days ago. Oh, interesting. Depending on what you ordered, the component might need to, like, still come in. I know with some of the, like, 5090s and such like that, it can sometimes be until, if we don't have them.
Give it till, like, Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah, Monday or Tuesday. Being a plumber is just a front. Mario deals shrooms. Dang. Imagine if drug dealers had castles. Anyways, this is getting very weird. Alright, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back next Wednesday with more builds on this stream. Until then, have a great weekend. Play some video games. Don't work on a yard. And have a great time, everyone. Bye-bye!